Okay. We check in on the shit. It's probably not gonna work right away because I don't know how to fucking use this. So, I gotta see if it's visible and if you can hear me. Can I hear myself? Check in on the shit. Okay, I can hear myself, so that means I have to fucking fix the fucking video. There we go. That should work now. Hopefully that's working now. You should be able to, like, see my document soon-ish. Welcome to Chili's, guys. Come on. Okay, just seeing if it's showing up yet or if I am fucked. Show up, come on. Here, let me refresh and check. Come on. Come on. Here we go. There we go. Finally. Okay. So, hopefully I'm not too loud. I'm trying my best. Ooh woo. Let me actually link this on Twitter real quick. Yeah, I'm working on a new comic. It's for my Patreon. And it's a not safe for work comic, although there's gonna be, like, plot elements to it, so it's not just, like, they fuck, okay, like, there's more to it than that. It's, like, kind of fantasy, kind of sci-fi, I don't know how to describe it, but I'll talk about it as I work on it, because I did actually do thumbnails before this, so I won't be, like, wasting time for, like, hours doing thumbnails, because it's really frustrating to try to think while I draw. Well, not that I don't think, but, you know. Working on comics. Okay. Tweet. It's just, it requires a lot more thinking when you do the thumbnails, so. So let me put on my Jackie. I may have to leave to get a drink, because Daddy needs her juice. But for now, I think I'm fine. Yeah, I was just printing stuff all day. For the zine and for my new art books. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take like an hour or two just for me to work on my own stuff, and then I'll go back to working on the printing. You know, plus I kind of owe it to my patrons to like work on shit too, so, you know, so how are y'all's days? I'll explain the comic as I move on to it, but, let me go to my thumbnails. I'm on page 2 of the comic. Ooh woo. So let me just start sketcherooning. Hopefully you guys can't see, like, the chat that I have, like, taking up half my screen, so hopefully not. Hopefully that's not annoying. I'm sure it is. Yeah, I just got back from San Japan a few days ago. I've been very sick. Yay. I know everybody loves that. I love being sick, yeah. It's my favorite. But yeah, it's not fun. I have Crohn's disease, so, but I haven't had a flare-up of it in a long time. That's why I've been like, what the hell? Because I haven't really had to deal with that in a long time, so. I always hate doing this kind of stuff. Gotta measure out the panels. But yeah, I don't really know how to, like, what they tell you, like, whenever you talk to, like, comic people is they're like, if you can't explain your plot in 2 seconds, then you have a bad story or whatever. And it's like, I've never really been able to do that with any of the stories that I make, so I kind of, like, you know, I don't know, I just think that's kind of like an overrated thing to say, because it's like, not everything is something that can be summarized that easily, okay? It's like, I know you're, like, basic-ass fucking, I don't know, like, I don't even know, like, superhero book might be easy to explain, but, like, how am I supposed to explain the intricacies of, like, alien romance? Like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? You know what I mean? Kind of makes it a little more challenging. when you have like really weird elements and stuff. But yeah, in case you don't know, I actually have a system devised for making comics nowadays. It's called the 5-panel system. So oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, if I don't have 5 panels on a page, then the page is not done yet, unless it's a really dramatic page. And that's how I can like not waste my time, essentially. And it works out really well because I think the flow looks good. Yeah, let me read what y'all say. Yeah, my voice is still kind of like not mannish yet. People mentioned in my video today, they're like, you sound weird. It is because I lost my voice at the convention, so yeah. I'm reading. Is blurry. I know, I'm sorry. I don't know how to do things. Do you know how to draw dragons? I don't draw them frequently. I don't really care about that shit. Any tips on how to learn life drawing? Well, my friends, the thing is about drawing from life is that you don't really need to know anything. You just need to just keep doing it. Like, for example, here, I'll, like, draw right here for a sec. Like, a lot of the times, people will draw stuff, like, thinking that they know something, like here. Like, I think I know how a Coke can looks, because I've drawn them a couple times. But, like, drawing from still lives and drawing from life is not about what you think you know. It's about what you actually know. And this is from my head, but this is not what I know. So when you do life drawing, you need to make a conscious effort to not, like, rest on your laurels, but to actively, like, think about, like, is this an accurate line? Is this actually how it is, or am I being lazy? Like, a good example of, like, what some of the exercises we had to do when I was first learning still lives is, like, we would have to, like, draw these typewriters. If you don't know, typewriters are, like, one of the worst things to draw from life, because especially the old ones that we had to do, because they have these little keys, which are excruciatingly hard to get in perspective because they're like, they're upward like this. They sit on like a thing here. I don't know what that's called. Because you know how, like, normal keys, you just push them in. These, you don't, you push in, but you still see the bottom half of the key. But anyways, they'd be a royal pain in the ass to draw. But you could always tell somebody who was really actually observing because their keys were accurate. So we were actually judged on the accuracy of our keys. So we would literally have to count how many keys there were and what key it was. And yeah, like, that is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to draw, is a typewriter. But yeah, focus on accuracy. Like, that's what you should focus on. It's a pain in the ass, but, like, it helps a lot. So yeah, let me just, like, fucking actually draw my fucking comic, like what the fucking stream is for. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've been very stressed out for, like, several months, and I'm at the point where I'm like, you know, I can only cry about being stressed for so long, and I think just being more honest with people is easier than to, like, you know, sequester myself in the room. So I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I have been very, 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 very exhausted and just, like, quite frankly, like, a little suicidal in the past few months. So, yeah, Holly's not been super great because she's had a lot to do, and, yeah, but, I think I'm finally getting okay now. It's just, I was so swamped with, like, the zine stuff and, like, the convention, which the convention, like, didn't even go very well. And then now my printer broke. My large printer, not my, like, one that prints the books, but it's just, like, so many things, like, have just compiled on my life all at once, and it's just, like, a lot to deal with. So I feel like I'm crawling out of a hole, and it's just, like, more useless drama that I don't need all the time happening, and it's just, like, it's just a lot. It's, like, I wish people can just like learn that like not everything is about drama, and you can like actually talk to me without having to like fucking be a bitch to me on Twitter. You know, I don't know. I just I don't want to get into the specifics of like somebody I don't like because I don't want to put them on blast, but like they basically like made Sanjapan a lot of fucking hell for me, essentially. And it's like, you know, as somebody who's mentally ill, you'd think like, maybe I shouldn't bother like another person for no reason when I don't know the full fucking logistics of the story, and I'm just like live states away and like didn't even go to the convention and don't know the full information. But nah, I'm gonna be like a fucking social justice warrior and I gotta call this bitch out, huh? Yeah. So I've been dealing with that as soon as I got home, and then like just like all these store orders, and then my printer breaking, and I basically have to pay the fucking mortgage for my mom's house, which I live in, but like, you know, I'm a college student, and it's kind of just like, okay, well, I went from paying like half the bills to like all the bills now, so I'm kind of just like, I'm stressed. Point being, I'm stressed. Holly Brown is like next level stressed, and I've been next level stressed for months, and yeah, that's why I haven't been talking to you guys. So sorry if I just like unloaded a lot of information, but I figured honesty's the best policy and such. Oh, did it glitch? Hopefully not. Let's see. Reading up. Is Hamilton the Yowie? No. I wish. I'd read that. What is my fucking phone doing? Why are you exploding? Oh, it's Twitter. Okay. No! Okay. I almost accidentally opened a video. Whoops. I also have Discord, and I'm not adding you guys on Discord, so just don't even bother. But I don't know how it works, and it frequently stresses me out nowadays, because I don't know how to fucking use it. I'm an old man. How do you deal with burnout? I've been doing an extended slams challenge. Basically, I do 10 pages a day, and the goal is 3 sketchbooks a month. How do I get burnout after every sketchbook? How do I get over burnout? You're talking to the burnout queen here. You know, I'm not a big fan of like the art block debate thing. Y'all all know my opinions on that shit. I'd say burnout is kind of a different beast because it's like, I think it comes down to like self-care at that point, right? Like, so I'd say like, man, that's a really tall door. Maybe make that door a little smaller. That's a big boulder. Alright, let's make that door a little smaller. There we go. Even though there's different races in this world, that's a fucking large door. Okay, there we go. Yeah, with burnout, it's a lot of like self-care stuff that you need to do. Like I said, I'm not very good. I'm not like the best person to talk to because like I probably burn myself out more than a lot of people do because I'm always doing stuff. But that's not really by choice. That's more like it's my job to like work a lot. Otherwise I don't make money, you know? But anyways, yeah, I'd say in order to get over burnout, you just kind of have to go to sleep and like take care of yourself, and then it should go away. I don't really understand people who say like, oh, and then I didn't want to draw for like 3 years, and it's like, really? I don't know. I've never really been so exhausted where I don't want to draw for 3 years. So I don't know how to help you with that type of burnout because I've never experienced that. Like I might not want to draw like somebody else's stuff, but I certainly want to draw my own. So yeah, I don't necessarily understand that, but I'd say just like take a break of like just not doing any artwork, and then go back to it. Or maybe like realize like that there might be some projects that you just need to drop, and you let your brain is just telling you to keep doing it when you don't want to. Because that happens to me with a lot. Like I do a lot of stuff out of obligation rather than enjoyment. Like pretty much a lot of my projects turn into that, to be honest. But I think of it as this way, like I may not enjoy every step of the process, but like how would I feel if I dropped it? You know, if I feel like so relieved and like no guilt whatsoever, then I drop it. Like I have a couple things like that. Like I worked on a couple animatics where I was just like, you know what, fuck it. It's a corrupt file. I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore. And I felt no guilt dropping it. I could not drop Purgatory and feel like okay with that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of up to you. Like your challenges are like your own challenges, right? And you can't just like I don't know. I can't give you like full blown advice on everything, because I don't know your situation. But if it's just like making illustrations, then just like don't work on the current illustration you're working on and just change gears to something you want to work on. A lot of the times for me, I feel really burnt out when I don't get to sketch a lot. Because sketching is kind of like my art venting. He does not look as hunchy as I wanted him to look. I want him to look more hunchy. He's like the old slave seller. Why does all my stuff sound... All the stuff I write sounds so bad, like, out of context, I swear to God. It's an alien race. There are slaves. Yeah, basically, I guess I could talk about this comic a little bit, because a lot of people don't even know what the fuck it's about, so I guess I'll, like, briefly touch upon it, so you guys can get, like, a little bit of context. And if you want to read it, it'll be on my Patreon. Oh, shit. It'll be on my Patreon. I really want to go hard on comics this month, so I'm going to be working very hard. I have to go back to digital because my fucking printer broke. Isn't that a fucking disaster? It's like... yeah, I'm going to be inking digitally, too. God damn it. Fucking... Here, let me just actually do what I'm supposed to do, like draw the full character in full first before doing the details. You know, maybe that will fucking help, you twat. Okay, like, how long are his arms? Fucking orangutan-ass arms. Anyways, this story is basically about Oates. He's the main character guy. And it's basically set in, like, the, like, really distant future. Here, I'm gonna move that arm back and, like, fix his other arm first. Like, really, really distant future. Where humans basically, like, they started a new civilization, and they basically helped start this civilization of this alien species. And they're called, Chromans, or Chroma, depending on, like, the, like, plurals. And basically, humans eventually died, but the cool thing about humans was when they were on this planet, a lot of, like, the gravity didn't affect them like, the Chromans, so they were really strong, and, like, this is kind of, like, fake pseudoscience. Like, this is not how science would actually work. Technically, if, like, gravity affected them in this way, like, people would just fucking die upon impact, but we're under the assumption that, like, they don't die from this fucking gravity, and it just makes them strong as hell. Listen. In a sci-fi story, you can bend the rules a little. I still don't know how sex will work with this, so makes sex story, doesn't know how sex will work. But anyway, God, I get so embarrassed when I talk about this shit because I know it sounds dumb as hell. So like, okay, just like fucking work with me, bitches, work with me. Okay, just like set in the scene, alright? Okay, so humans are kind of like wiped out basically just due to time and stuff. But a couple of them were like kind of fucking stolen, like kidnapped, you know? And a lot of people were like, kind of like the last fucking unicorn. Oh my god, I just realized that it's just like the last fucking unicorn. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so there's like one fucking human left, and that's Oates. And since it's been like such a long period of time, they don't even know what like humans look like anymore. They don't even really know what Oates is necessarily. Yes, this old man is wearing fucking short shorts. He's getting it. He's like, I have too many fucking people to manage. Yeah, it's not necessarily slavery, it's more like indentured servitude, but more or less the same fucking thing, but different type of living environment. But anyways, this fucking Oates was found by this old man, and he bought him from like a shady seller guy. And okay, this is where like this God, I feel like this is like the worst way to describe a story. I'm not good at pitching things. I'm not, so I'm just gonna literally explain exactly what happens in these first few pages, okay? Just let me get there. So Holly, learn how to pitch. Anyways, so Oates is obviously a strong-ass boy now because, again, he's really weird looking to them because their skin is kind of like this purpley type skin. You won't really know because it's a black and white comic, but the fucking Chromans their skin's like fucking Galra, I guess. But they're more elf-like than Galra. Galra are kind of like cat-like, I think. But yeah, they're more elf-like, I would say, but yeah. Fuck. Oates' skin. Oates? I don't know what the plural of oats is. Oats? Fuck. I guess I should work that out. Anyways, Oates is basically like super strong as hell, and he kind of gets like a reputation, but nobody wants to buy him because he's very, very expensive. Until the military gets involved. And that's like where the story starts. And basically he gets purchased by the military to work in their like iron facility. And that's where it fucking starts. Okay, I feel like that's like enough premise. Okay, you got it. Alright. I still don't know how they'll have sex. I have not worked that out. But that's the story so far. All of that fucking build up for what? For what, Holly? For what? Here, let me like fucking horizontal. I should probably look like shit. He needs to lean more, damn. It's weird, like I'm so used to like making characters not lean that I like don't know how to make like a hunchback character because it's like, well, it's leaning, but he's supposed to be leaning because he's an old man. File, save. Okay, let me actually read what y'all are saying. Sorry if that was annoying. Oh, yeah, his name, he doesn't have a name at first, but his name is Oates because he eats a lot of oats. I know that's really stupid, but since he's a slave, it's kind of just like, they kind of just like stick a name on him, you know what I mean? So I hope that doesn't sound too dumb. Brother, my oats! Nice. It's gonna be, like, funny, okay? Like, I know, like, the premise sounds very serious, but it's, like, it's mostly just gonna be one giant meme, but also sexy. Like, you know how, like, so many, like, not safe for work comics that have a plot, they take themselves, like, way too seriously? It's like, nah, this one's gonna be, like, a fucking meme. There ain't gonna be none of that shit. Oh yeah, this old man has to put up with, like, so much shit. He's like, fucking, I hate my life. I have to own slaves just to make a fucking living around here. We do not feel sorry for this old man. This old man's a piece of shit. Anyways. I'm just kidding. He doesn't treat Oates badly, but he's, you know, clearly a slave owner, so he can't be that good of a person, but we only meet him for a couple seconds. We're fine. Maybe I'll make a joke where he dies in the end. We're fine. It's fine. Indentured servitude. What? But yeah, basically Oates is like working for the military to like pay off his debt, and that's That's where it starts. Yeah. And that's why the general is, like, nicer, because, like, she doesn't want him as a slave, so, like, all his paycheck, basically, like, a percentage of it goes to, like, paying off his debt, so he can be a free man. So he can be a free Oates. Like Jean Valjean, you know. Holly, the A+ writer here. I literally didn't give this guy a name. His name is just Old Man in my fucking notes. Stellar writing. Stellar. Okay, this background is lazy as shit. I need to add some, like, actual, like, elements in here. Like, You know what I always do? Let's add some books. Ah, shit. Good straight line. The best. Only the best for this comic. Straight line. But yeah, the legalities of this world are a little whack. They're a lot more barter system than, like, our world is. So, yeah. In some ways they're more advanced, in some ways they're not. Like, they still, like, fucking, you know, like, they still mine iron and stuff, so it's kind of... There is, like, I guess, like, a plot that I'm not gonna tell you yet, but it matters, because when they find out he's human, the plot changes a little bit. And that's why it's called The Chroma Prince. I'm sure you could probably figure that out as soon as I fucking said the title, though. But yeah, that's it so far. That's the story thus far. Oh, let's make it like one of these kinds that has, like, the cool windows. Yeah. Yeah, Holly Brown, the best at pitching comics. Alright. I, like, go onto, like, a huge tangent when people ask me about Purgatory. Ah, somebody super chatted. Fuck. Sorry, I have not checked. I was not able to meet the Herschel guy at the gym again. I know. I've also haven't been at the gym in a while, so, Hi, Holly. Enjoy a coffee on me. Take more of my money since I'm on your Patreon, lol. Well, thank you, Brianna Cinders. I appreciate it. If y'all want to throw me money, I would actually appreciate it if you bought my art book instead of sending me super chats. Although I do appreciate that super chat. It's not me, like, you know, saying, like, no, I don't want your money. Like, I very much so like money, but, you know, I would at least like you guys to actually get something out of it. The second art book has, like, a lot more sketches than the first one does, so I'm actually, like, really excited because it's, like, more dense. And a lot of those sketches I haven't even posted online, so... But I'm also doing a thing where, like, if you buy any of the Sketches books, I'm actually going to give you the PDF version, too. So, yeah. That's my current plan. It'll be sent in the email. Like, if you buy it with a certain email, make sure you check that email when I ship off the stuff, because it's also going to have the link to the PDF. If you do decide to buy my art book, I mean, you don't have to. It's on pre-order, but I mean, you don't have to. Teehee. I'm not very clever with my marketing, I'm sorry. Teehee, buy my things. Okay, let me check the chat one more time. Oh, man, I am parched. Yeet. I has no money. Holly, check the Twitter. Oh, what now? Probably some stupid shit. Hopefully it's not garbage. Can only deal with so much drama. Save Oates 2018. Oates? Like, here's the thing. You don't need to... This is like a thing I was talking about Michelle when we were at San Japan. It's because I was explaining this to her. And she was basically... Okay, I was explaining, like, Simon... You could hurt Simon pretty bad because Simon is a weak boy. So I went from, like, writing a character who's, like, so weak and sad to, like, literally writing a brick shit house. You cannot fuck with Oates. Oats is like so strong. Like that's what's so funny about it is like normally in these roles he like it'd be like the damsel in distress, but like it's kind of the opposite because like Oats is fucking legit buff as hell compared to all these characters. Like he can lift like 12 people at once. He's like that's what I'm talking about. Like again, the science on it is kind of shaky, but like that's what I'm saying. Like you don't need to worry about Oats. Oats is fine. Oats has got it handled. I have not watched the Adventure Time fucking finale yet because I haven't even caught up with it. I know it's good. I know that it gets gay, but I have not fucking watched it yet. Drink water. Mood. Ugh, water. Yuck. Yeah, if you buy anything and you want me to sign it, there should be like a notes section on Store Envy. If you write like the notes like, hey, can you sign this or whatever, I'll do it. It's just it's hard to distinguish like that from like any other order. So write in the notes section and I'll see it and I'll like fucking do it for you. So I'm fine with that. Let me scroll up a little because I like feel like I've missed a lot of stuff. Yeah, let me read. I'm on the fence of if I'm gonna even get a printer anymore. I was talking to like my mom about this. Really the only thing I use the printer for is to print art prints, and that's literally it. I don't even print book covers with my large printer. So I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, should I even get one if it's worth, like, because I could just get prints from, like, Cat Print and, like, not have to deal with, like, another thing that I have to manufacture, right? So I'm kind of I'm not sure, but if I am going to get a printer, I'm going to get the Canon Pixma Pro 100. But I'm not sure. That's a lot of money to drop for something that I don't necessarily need. Because my print sales, I don't sell a lot of prints. So, I don't know. No, I'm not using a ruler. If you're in Photoshop, you just hold your pen and then you press shift. Okay, shit. I actually have to use my mouse, I forgot. I have to use my mouse and press shift and it makes a straight line. I don't know why it doesn't do it with my tablet pen for whatever reason. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but yeah. It'll make a straight line for you, and if you actually, like, want to do a diagonal, you like make a point and then you hold shift and then you move it and then it makes a diagonal. So yeah, it took me a stupid long time to know that it did that, so it's kind of pathetic, but it's true. File save. Okay. Yeah, like I said, the science is a little bit bullshit. Like, I'm aware that it's bullshit. It's just that, you know, I just feel like with this type of story where you're reading it to see if they bone down and you like the dumb fantasy element, you're not exactly, like, boggled down with the science. I am going to read into it and, like, how I can, like, connive my way into it being logistically possible, but it's technically, like, not... That's not what would happen. There is, like, a minor explanation, but it doesn't really explain the fact that he's, like, able to, like, withstand the pressure. But yeah, Oates basically, like, compared to them, weighs a fuckload. That's why I'm saying he's like a brick shithouse. Like, you can't knock that boy over with a pail of water. Like, that boy is there. But yeah, I've never made a character like Oates before, which is also why it's kind of fun. Because it's like, he's kind of like OP. Like, he's so overpowered it's not even funny, so... yeah. Like, a lot of the characters are gonna be scared of him, because they're just like, what is that? What is that white thing? But some of them are gonna be chill. I got a lot of plans for it. So I've actually had this on my mind for like a long time. I've just never like made the like decision to do it because it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain. I guess I feel kind of embarrassed because it's like very, it's not fan servicey, but it's like very self-serving, I should say. Like, it's kind of like, wow, Holly, really, you're writing this? But it's fun. So it's kind of just like, well, I'm gonna write something that makes me laugh and is fun. So if people don't like that, then I guess, you know, this isn't for them. I mean, it's literally a comic about, like, guys, like, the goal is to, like, see who fucks who, and it's, like, weird alien sex. Like, come on. Come on, I know what genre this is. Come on. God, I have not drawn anything. I'm parched. Well, I guess I could tell you, like, my bullshit explanation on how the science could, like, work. Basically, to keep him preserved and, like, for humans to actually, like, cultivate the planet, they'd have to divide, like, a system of, like, humans to be able to, like, even go on that planet. So that's kind of my, like low-key fake bullshit science, is that, like, they devised a way for humans to not explode with that type of gravitational pull, and in the end it kind of made them OP. I don't know how they didn't start wars or anything. I guess humans have just become so nice over the years. I don't know. Although I kind of know why, so it's kind of like that's like a spoiler, because like humans kind of died for like a reason, but I can't really tell you why, because it's like a plot element. I can't tell you. But yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink and I'll be right the fuck back. So you guys should like type some questions for me and I will read them when I get back. It'll be a couple seconds, so just give me a second, just give me a quick sec, and I'll come back and we'll be good. So just give me a sec. Okay. Move, pig. Move. Alright. I am back. Yeah, I had to tell my dog to come in. His name's Pig. You got that good weeb shit? I don't know what that means. Oh, let me turn the light on. It's like pitch black in here. Wah! Alright. Alright. I'm back. Alright. This is like Holly's pseudo interactions for the week, because I'm not really like talking to people, but I'm counting it as social interaction. Let's see. God, you guys asked a lot of questions. Fuck. No. First ship I remember, the Titanic. What's your favorite character archetype / trope to write? I like smart characters. Like, I like the, like, boy geniuses. Fucking Simon's basically like a boy genius. Dusty's a boy genius. But I do a lot of those, so I like Boy Geniuses. I like the fucking, like the anti-hero. You know, there's just something appealing about, like, somebody who just gives no fucks and just does what they want. That just appeals a lot to me. Can you draw porn of the old man? I'm not. Y'all are nasty. Y'all are nasty. That's a lot of skin I don't want to see. I don't even want to see pictures of myself, let alone an old man. Worst experience with art? Like, literally all of them. All of them. I was wondering, when you prepare for a comic, do you write the whole story at first? Character references? Do you have anyone proofread it? Okay. I don't write the whole thing. Like, I don't write the full script all the way. Because that kind of takes the fun out of it for me. Because sometimes when you write yourself into a tightly knit box like that, it can kind of make the actual comic process kind of sucky. And I like to, like, change the dialogue or whatever. But I do have the overall plot finished. So that is, like, in a big document of, like, all the events that I want to transpire. The writing aspect, like, what the character's actually saying, is interchangeable. And no, I do not have anyone proofread it, which is why there's so many spelling errors. I'm not, like, the best with comics, man. Like, I just sort of do shit. I guess I could be more professional with it, but, like, I don't make that much money. I make more money from selling prints than I do comics. And comics take me the most time. How many comics do you want to make at the moment? All the comics? Like, if I could make 12 comics at once, I would, but I can't. I don't want to add moderators where I don't know who they are. Sorry, guys. Drink some water. I don't like water. I don't know how I'm alive, honestly. Somebody says they are worried that not safe for work content will prevent them from getting a job in the future. Honestly, like, I don't know what job you want, but, like, job's just a job, man. Like, unless you are, like, hell-bent on working for, like, an industry like animation or, like, children's books, and even then, like, you can do some pretty risque shit as long as you're under a pen name. Like, I'd say just, like, as long as you're a good artist, you'll be hired anywhere. I don't really want to concern myself with that, because it's just kind of like, well, I guess they weren't for me anyway. Because if they're not gonna, like, let me draw, like, dirty shit, then, like, what else are they gonna, like, censor me from drawing? Because dirty shit is not, like, the worst thing you can draw. Alright, let's actually draw, though. You know? Like, what the stream was for? Oh my god, my tablet is hot. Alright. Hot like me. Teehee. Yeah, but all the characters other than, like, Oates have kind of, like, Greek and Roman names. I didn't want to make it sound too alien-y, because nobody would be able to remember their names. Been there, done that. Nobody remembers Atara's name, they just call him Hitler. So I'm just kind of like, you know what, let's just go with, like, names that are unusual, but you can remember them. Like, so, the main, like, Croman, his name's Atlas. The general's name is, Alba. But you don't really, she doesn't really, like, get called her first name that much. Because she's a general. You know, you just say, sir. Yes, sir, you know. But she's funny. She's kind of like, I guess, kind of like Lady Tsunade in the fact that she's like a gambler. So a lot of her decisions are not, like, the soundest. That's why, like, she buys oats to begin with, because like if you hear the story of like, oh, he's the strongest, and then you look at him and he looks like weak as shit and he looks weird and like malnourished and like weird looking, when you hear that, like a normal person would be like, I'm not gonna fucking buy you if you're that expensive. This could like cost me my job if I'm gonna spend all this money. But she thinks she's got the mind of like a gambler, so she's thinking like, oh wow, the risk and reward, if it's true, then I have like the strongest military ever, you know? And it actually like works out in her benefit, but yeah, like she's a little crazy. She's a little nuts. Well, it's okay. She's not like mean. She just sort of acts mean, but she's not really. She's like that mom who like threatens her kid but then doesn't do anything. Okay. She's a little hard for me to draw, I'm not gonna lie, because her face shape's a little weird. Like, her mouth is lower than I draw, like, other characters' mouths, so it's, like, odd for me to draw her. Oh yeah, I didn't mention the character reference sheets. I don't really do character reference. I mean, I do and I don't. It depends on what you call a reference sheet. Like, I don't make specific sheets for reference. I compile sketches into a sheet, and that is my reference. It's not, like, the most legit way to do shit, but like I said, like, I'm crazy as balls, and my fucking comic system is not, like, perfect or anything. I'd say the, like, ideation and process is important, but a lot of people use that as, like, an excuse to, like, not work on their things, because, like, I've seen people who literally go into, like, the logistics of writing an entirely new language rather than just, like, fucking making their goddamn comic. It's like, nobody, like, as a reader, I don't want to, like, have to invest that much time into something if I have to, like, learn a language, right? So it's like, world building and, like, character preparation only works to, like, a certain extent. Like, if I can't draw the character super easily, then how am I supposed to draw them, like, a million times, you know what I mean? So, like, if I don't understand the character from, like, my basic sketches, how am I, like, that's why I'm not a huge fan of, like, the excessive reference sheets. Like, yeah, you need to know what they look like, but, you also kind of need to know how to draw them without, like, referencing, like needing to pull out your 20 page reference Bible, you know? I don't know. I'm not, like, the most legit on everything. I just sort of do it. Because otherwise I'll procrastinate and never make anything, so. Would you rather have a flawed product or no product? That's how I see it. Because that's the only way I can make things. Otherwise I'll just sit and, like, think about what I'm going to do and never actually do it. So. Okay. But yeah, she's, like, kind of short compared to everybody else. She also has white hair. That's why I named her Alba, because their race, it's not really typical to have white hair. And Alba means, like, bright white. So, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I kind of, like, it's almost like I thought about her character a little bit. Draw Hitler, but not racist. Like normal Hitler? Or Atara. See, I have a character that everybody calls Hitler in the comic, but he's not Hitler. He just, like, has a fucking, like, Charles Chaplin fucking mustache. And he's not a nice guy, so I really don't care that people call him Hitler, but it is frustrating when you name a character and then people don't know the character's name. So I just wanted to avoid that altogether. Holly, draw Yuri porn. Maybe. I low-key, have kind of a side story that I'm thinking about doing. I'm just more interested in the gay shit, because that's what it's easier for me to draw. Pathetic, Holly. Pathetic. Only draws gay porn because it's easier. I mean, there's no lie there. That's actually the truth. How do you not beat yourself up over not having improved enough? I don't. I constantly, like, hate how I draw. It's my life, dude. I'd say imposter syndrome's hard to get over. I still don't understand why people follow me. Because my art's pretty bad, and, like, I don't know, I think I'm just, like, the worst person ever. So, like, you know, you'll get, like, millions of messages that are just going to confirm that bias the more popular that you are. Which is also really, like, troubling, because it's, like, there's never going to be a point where you feel like you've made it, and that's just something that I've come to terms with. Like, oh, okay, I'm just, like, literally never going to have that, like, reassuring feeling. And that's just, like, something that's, like, really difficult to know. Like, deep down, like, oh, like, literally, it doesn't matter what people think. And that's, like, the hardest thing. It's so difficult for me to, like, realize that. And it's something that, like, on a daily basis, I have to, like, reassure myself, like, what does the opinion of one matter if you are affecting people positively in a different way? Like, I literally just went to San Japan, and, like, tons of people, like, fucking were saying, like, the nicest shit to me, but, like, the one mean comment I focus on, why focus on them, you know? Like I said, like, that fucking person who, like, bothers me all the time on Twitter, like, what's the point in focusing on the negative? Like, it does nothing. So, it's just really difficult with imposter syndrome, and it doesn't get better as you get more popular. So you kind of have to, like, deal with your demons, like, as it starts. So I would say, when you start to, like, beat yourself up, just, like, try to, like, think about, like, what you're doing. Like, maybe you do need to beat yourself up a little bit. Like, maybe you didn't do what you said you were supposed to do, and you need to, like, own that. Like, that happens with me. I gotta do that. Like, that's not a big deal. Owning your mistakes does not mean you have to beat yourself up over your mistakes. Like, and I think knowing the difference between that is, like, really, really important. And it's something I struggle with to this day. It's not something I'm good at. So, I'd say just try to get a grip on that, if you can. And hang out with, like, God, this is gonna sound bad, but, like, hang out with, like, normies for a little while and, like, realize, like, odds are you probably draw a lot better than you think you do. Because, like, I'll hang out with, like, some relatives and I'll be like, oh, I can't really draw, I kind of suck. And then, like, they'll be like, we'll be, like, drawing together or something, and I'm like, oh, right. This is literally my job to draw. Right. I kind of do know what I'm talking about to some capacity. Like, a little bit, you know? Yeah, I guess just, like, getting a perspective is, like, how you defeat, imposter syndrome. Okay, let me read the chat a little more. Gross. Yeah, there should be a purgatory update soon. I'm not drawing porn. It's literally, like, the first few pages. Like, literally nothing sexually charged happens. Sorry to, like, burst your bubble. Let me read the comments. Do I draw the characters first or the background first? Kind of depends. Not always. I don't always do the background first. Kind of just, like, whatever I feel like. Whatever makes the most sense. With scenes that have a lot more perspective, I, like, tend to draw the background first so I can get the character in perspective too. But if it's a scene where I can, like, literally slap a fucking brick background on, you know I'm drawing that after the character. You know? Because I don't want to mess around. Holly doesn't mess around. Holly doesn't have fun. Fun's for losers. I don't have time for fun. I got sick right after the convention. I think it's because my body rejects fun. It's like, how dare you put me through this? You remember the last time you had fun? No? Then I had I basically like threw up a fuckload, so I don't necessarily feel super great, but I'm alive, so. I mean, low-key, this probably sounds bad, but I'm kind of like, maybe I'll lose the weight I gained during the convention. That sounds bad, but like I gained like 2 pounds, so I'm kind of like, uh-oh, that's not good. I'm gonna have to go to the gym. I'm gonna have to try again. Ugh, yuck. Great. Got off my... Because I ate like shit at the convention. I had like... One day I had like fucking 2 pumpkin spice lattes, and then we went out to eat like 2 meals in a row. So yeah, no wonder I gained 2 fucking pounds. But like, you know... It's not really surprising that I got sick afterwards. I eat like shit, honestly. And I've just kind of like accepted that, like, okay, well, your goal in life is to just like eat less like shit. Stop eating as many Hot Pockets as you do. Don't get rid of them entirely, just don't eat them every day. Which is really difficult because I love the fucking broccoli Hot Pockets with the cheese. I fucking love those. Just thinking about it right now makes me want to go get one, but I've already had my food today, so I can't. No. Her mouth is lower. This is why it's weird, because it's like... Her mouth is like lower than I would usually put it for characters. She's kind of got like a face shape that's like more like that. You know? It's like her cheek is like more down than most of the characters that I do. So it's like a slight... It's very slight, but it's different than my other characters, so I have to keep that in check. Okay, let me read the comments again. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully I will still live. Hopefully. Oh no, that's not water in the background. That's me pissing. Just kidding, it's my fish tank. I did end up going swimming at the convention. It was fun. It was very cold, though. Oh, yeah. Okay, so a lot of people follow me, like, when I first started Paranormal Plague. This is something that I, like, I feel like I've explained a lot, but, like, I don't know if a lot of people understand this. I had a character named Mint for a little while. I got rid of her. Because I was just, like, experimenting with the writing for Paranormal Plague. This was before I, like, rewrote it, so I was like... This is, like, the baseline plot, when it was literally, like, about paranormal activity. So, like, it's not about paranormal activity, despite being called Paranormal Plague. It's more about, like, monsters. Like, people turning into monsters, not like there's ghosts. There's no ghosts in their universe. But yeah, like, I talk about... This is why I don't really like talking about, like, my stories before I make them, because, like, people... They latch onto, like, characteristics of characters, like, before the story's final, so I kind of just, like, talk to you guys, like, how I'm going to write it, and then I, like, change my mind. So, like, yeah, she doesn't fucking exist anymore. I got rid of her, so... Yeah. It was between... I was either going to make her, which was, like, more or less a self-insert, so I could fuck my own characters. Haha. Or I was going to make Reese. And I felt like, you know what? Reese was a much stronger character. And the reason I didn't want to make Reese at first, no fucking lie, is because I was like... Well, I draw too many, like, gay characters. I can't draw Reese. That was literally the, like, fucking reasoning. And I just was like, you know what? Reese is too good to not exist, so. That's literally what happened. Shit. Okay. I'm sure she's leaning. Yep. Mm-hmm. But yeah, she, Mint doesn't exist. So, there's that. Which is also kind of funny because Reese still fits that naming convention of, like, the Hershey and Reese. Like candy. But yeah, the liquefy tool helps me so much, dude. Y'all should really, like, make use of it if you're not, if you're really bad at drawing like I am. Like, I literally use this tool to fix so many of my drawings. It's not even funny. Like, I'll admit, like, I'd be awful. Like, my art has only gotten better because I know how to use these tools more. Like, I don't know. It's a little better. Yeah. That looks a little better. Maybe make this a little less wide, though. Yeah, she's got a more rounder face than my other characters do. I tend to, like, give my characters, like, all the pointy features. And you kind of, like, to make the fucking goblin-ass, well, they're fucking elf, kind of. They're, like, elf-ish-esque people. To make them look different, you can't give them all pointy features, you know what I mean? Like, literally, then everybody would look the same, so kind of have to, like, can't do that. Okay. We're scrolling down. Anybody else have trouble drawing shirt collars? I literally give no fucks with shirt collars. Yeah, I just don't care. I draw them fucked up all the time. Yeah, people remember when I was, like, not sure what to call Reese. For a long time, Reese had, like, short hair. Like, his hair used to look like this. And then it, like, progressively got longer. And longer and longer and longer. His hair is, like, 4 feet long now. Oh my god, my dog scared the shit out of me. Okay, fuck, alright. Hold on, let me read these. Okay. You know, I'm gonna do a lazy. I hope you guys don't mind. Oof, that laziness. It just hurt me, but I gotta get these pages done, so. Check it out. This is how you make comics super fast. I'll change her expression a little, but more or less, that's how you make comics fast. Yeah, she initially... Oh, I forgot her little tired, like, little... I'm so dumb. Forgot her little, like, fucking cheek line. Ugh, not that way. Right here. Here, I'm gonna... like, make her mouth different. She's talking more. She's got, like, a thin upper lip, but, like, a thick lower lip, like Kim fucking Possible. Anyways, and her eyes are supposed to be like, she's supposed to be like sort of more pissed off than usual on this panel. There we go, okay. That's how you make comics, you just get lazier. Some people have said my comics improved, and I'm like, have they? I think I've just learned how to be lazy. I don't know, I think there's two approaches to comics, and I have like the lazier approach, just due to the fact that like, I don't really think any of my stuff is gonna be like a magnum opus, so I kind of just like approach it like, there's hundreds of pages, I like put all my time onto like the pages that are like really important, and then the pages that people just read past, I just don't put as much effort. So, sue me. Okay. Atlas, don't be hard to draw now. Please. Oh wait, he's gonna be pouting, that's right. He's gonna be like, you dragged me fucking along for this, bitch. I'm a lieutenant. I'm worth more than this. No. Technically, if you're in a military, that is not, like, a normal attitude, but, again, it's fucking fantasy. Let me live my life. Let me live, bitch. Let me live. His hairline's a little weird. I've never done a hairline like his before. He has flippy hair. It used to be like this, like a typical fucking military guy haircut, but I was like, that's ugly, so. He has flippy hair. He's like, yeah, do drugs? No, I'm kidding. Alright. God, I hate wearing glasses so much. Ugh. No, I don't watch Tokyo Ghoul. This shit's dumb. I've tried watching it and it just fucking... Trace that scatter plot. Goddamn. Cheek line. Listen. Having male characters with long hair is a delight. Everybody should have one. At least one. Because if all you do is guys with short hair, I'm sorry, but you're missing out on, like, that pie. You're missing out on the goods. But yeah, Atlas is pretty beef. He's the beefiest boy I've ever designed so far, so... Well, I mean, he's not that beef. Like, I could make him beefier, but... He's a level of beef that I love. You know? Not quite gross yet. Not quite, like, bodybuilder that I'm scared of. You know, like, do you ever see those guys where their arms just look like clouds after a while? Those people I'm scared of, but there's like a happy medium. Okay, hold on. Quit, pig. God, these fucking glasses. Ugh, it's like my ears aren't used to having glasses on them. And it like digs into my ear and it hurts. I usually wear contacts, but I fucking forgot to fucking get an eye appointment early enough, so it's gonna take me a while to fucking... It's gonna take me a while to get a fucking eye appointment. So I'm gonna have to wear these stupid fucking glasses, and I don't like them. Ugh. Okay, where is his uniform? Holly looking at references, aka flipping her sketchbook open. Where's that one drawing? Okay. Y'all think I'm lying. I'm fucking not. Come here. Where are you? Okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna have this one like flopping. Fuck. Yeah. He's like, I don't button up that last button. I don't play by your rules, man. I'm so fucking stupid, I swear. Alright. We're fine. He actually has facial hair. Can you believe it? Holly drew a guy with facial hair that isn't a Hitler mustache. I know. I'm proud of myself, too. And it's not a pube stash either. It's an actual goatee. I know. I'm proud of myself. I didn't just do a femboy. I actually made a masculine man. I know. It's alright. We're gonna have enough twinks to, like, even it out. I just like drawing feminine dudes. I am that Fujoshi stereotype, I know, I'm sorry. It's just like, beefy guys are just such a pain in the ass to draw. It's like, where's your titty? Where is it? It's too beefy, I can't find it. Where's your nipple? Who knows? Espresso. Hold on, let me shut my door. Fucking cats. Why'd you open it if you're not coming in? Come on. Come here. Alrighty. Let the cat in. Fucking wanted a formal invitation, I guess. I swear cats are like vampires. You have to like use the vampire rules. Like, you have to allow them to come in. Okay. Let's read the comments. Oh god, it's been an hour and I haven't even fucking finished this page. It's pathetic. Are you an SJW, Holly, or do you just attract those kinds of people? I don't think SJWs like me very much, so I don't know. I don't know what that means necessarily. Like, what is the scale here? I mean, God, that's like such a difficult question to answer. Like, 'cause I don't know what that means necessarily. Because that could mean like 40 different things. I would say I'm an SJW depending on who you're talking to. Like, if you're actually talking about, like, people who are ignorant, I'm probably more, like, politically correct than, like, an ignorant person. But, like, I'm not, like, somebody who, like, polices language or, like, tells people, like, oh, you're white, you can't say that, you know what I mean? Like, would I say some of the things some people say? No. But it's not really my place to tell people that they can't say things, you know? Like, I don't know, I just don't think I'm an SJW, because I don't think that's, me. Because I've been to art school, and let me tell you, it's a very difficult environment to be in when you have common sense. It's just like, no. So I think I just sort of attract those people because that's artists. A lot of artists tend to be very, radical feminists, I guess. Nothing against you if you're a radical feminist. I just, it's not my tea, I don't think. So, yeah. Like I said, I don't think many SJWs would like me. Just based off of, like, the way that I talk, or the things that I, like, my opinions. from my experience, SJWs don't like differing opinions. And if you have a differing opinion, you're a Nazi. You know what I mean? But like I said, like, SJW is kind of a term that's like, it's determined by like the audience, right? Like, it's not like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Basically, it depends on who you're asking. I draw a lot of gay shit, but like, I don't think the SJWs like you drawing pornography. Like, it's the patriarchy. You can't do pornography. You know, shit like that. I literally have been told that, like, unless you're gay, you can't make comics with gay characters. So, like, you know, you know what I mean? Or, like, if you do any not safe for work stuff when you're not, like, a gay man, then you're basically, like, homophobic. And I don't know how that works, but I've literally been told that, so... So, yeah, like I said, it totally depends on who you ask. Fill it in, fill it in. Go. Go. Okay, good enough. Alright, Holly. Now time to finish up his face. The parts. Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know you guys are very impressed with my, like, drawing a man with facial hair. I know you are. I know that you're saying, like, wow, Holly. That's actually very intense. I'm so glad that you did that. Actually, he doesn't have a fucking mustache. What am I doing? What am I doing? He just has the fucking, you know, the line. But yeah. You know that guy from Teen Wolf? That's what I based him off of. That, like, really hot guy. I don't remember his name. But, oh my god, I fucking loved that guy when I watched Teen Wolf. I haven't seen it in forever, but, like, oh, you know who I'm talking about. Ooh, that beefcake. That was a good show. I just sort of lost the plot on that one, though. I stopped watching it at, like, season 2. Okay. Derek, yeah, that guy. Oh, man. That guy, oh. That guy can just take me. Ooh. Oofa doofa. Also Styles, he was hot. I can't believe I remember his name, oh my god. It's been so long since I've watched that. If the only gay content somebody makes is porn, then that's a little yucky. Bitch, does it seem like that's the only content I make that's porn? Like, bitch. I fucking have, like, a 300-page comic, like, where they literally only hold hands and kiss. Like, I don't know. Oh, SJWs are basically anti-white, anti-straight, hateful people from what I've seen. Yeah and no. I don't know, man. It depends on the woke spectrum. The woke spectrum, fuck. I don't know. I've seen people who, like, literally, like, deny facts because, like, it hurts their feelings. It's like, it's kind of like on both sides people can be really wrong. Like, it's, like, I totally understand, like, the, like, anti-SJW thing because it can be really fucking frustrating to, like, live in this political climate sometimes. But, like, sometimes I'm like, you can't deny that, like, our prison system's fucked. You know, like, stuff like that. And, I don't know. So I don't know. I don't fucking know, and I don't care about any of that shit. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, I live my life. I draw what I want, and politics don't really affect my life that much because I don't really like friends based off of politics. I really Like, I've had a lot of friends who have varying different politics, and it just doesn't really affect our relationship. And if it does, then, like, I'm outie, you know? Like, I just can't handle friendships that are like, well, if you disagree with me, then we're not friends, you know? Like, that's just not... Those aren't the friendships I get into. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't really, like, think about, like, where I am on the political spectrum anymore because it's gotten, like, so crazy. But yeah. I just, draw. And I just don't really concern myself with that too much. That shit makes you crazy, dude. You should just, like, focus on your core beliefs and, like, just talk to people. Because past that, I think it turns really unhealthy really quickly. Or you, like, get into, like, that cult nastiness that I'm not a fan of. Like, that fucking nastiness of, like, well, they have a differing opinion, and they're the worst for it. Like, very Tumblr clicky bullshit. Instead of just, like, trying to see their perspectives or explain to them why you think the way that you think. I've literally seen people who are, like, on Tumblr who are, like, they have an opinion on something, and then they, like, don't want to explain their own opinion because apparently, like, they do shit like, oh, we shouldn't even be having this conversation. It's like, well, you fucking started it, so you should probably, like, talk to us about, like, why you think the way that you, like, I don't know, that's just one thing that, like, really grinds my gears. It's kind of just, like, don't fucking initiate a conversation and then just not, like, be like, oh, I'm above this. No, you're not above this. Like, any conversation is worth having. And it's like, if you can, like, convince somebody, like, hey, maybe they're a little biased, or, hey, maybe you're a little biased, then that's, like, the point of a conversation. Like, what's the point of saying, like, you're too good to have this conversation with somebody? Like, if you aren't on equal playing grounds, like, if you don't see the person you're talking to as, like, a person, then I'm sorry, but your ideology is fucked up, and I hate that. Like, that's messed up. Like, even, like, the people that I don't really like fucking, you know, like, the really religious people, because, again, I live in Texas, I see a lot of shit. A lot of the, like, really religious, like, you're killing babies type people, you know, I can at least have some common ground with them, because I see them as a person, you know. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't associate with people who, like, fucking do that type of shit. I can't. It's too stressful. Ugh. It's that type of, like, I'm on my soapbox type people where I just, ugh. I don't know how they're happy with their lives living like that. Where, like, every day it's some kind of new political thing. It's just like, fuck. Doesn't that get exhausting? Don't you just like where you're living for once? It's like, you could go to, like, fucking a third world country and it'd be, like, much worse. But you don't talk about that, huh? No. So, I don't know. I just try to, like, see the good in what I currently have and, like, just do that instead of, like, focus on the negative all the time. Like, you can address the negatives without it being your life, right? Like I said, with, like, the prison systems or, like, shit that I know is fucked up. But, like, I can't just, like, fucking fester in that shit every day. Because I have a life. Like, I gotta do stuff. Like, sorry. At the end of the day, we do live in, like, a free world. So, if people really want to, like, get out of, like, their hardships, they can do it. It sucks, and some people might not have it, like, on equal playing grounds, but you can, it's a much, if you live in the United States, you have a much freer chance than anywhere else. And that's just, like, the way that I see it, right? I don't know. It's like, yeah, if you're, like, somebody who's super into politics, like, go off, but that's just not me, so I just don't befriend people like that, because I don't know. It's just not something I'm into. It's exhausting. So. Yeah. Why do I always fucking devolve into this every single time I stream? It's because I just answer whatever and I just don't care. Sorry if that's annoying. I just don't care. Like I said, It's easier to just answer this shit so people know than to, like, not tell people what I'm politically affiliated with. Because, like I said, I don't even know what side I'm on anymore. It's, like, gotten that whack. I think Washington was right. We should not have two political parties. Makes things bad. God, it's taking me forever for this fucking page. God damn, Holly. Oh my god, it's taking me forever. Squee. Okay. Okay, but what's your favorite kind of lizard? From August, they super chatted me $2. Bearded dragons? I had a friend who had a bearded dragon, and those fuckers are chill as hell. Like, I would totally want one, but, like, I don't know. It's a lot of, like, maintenance. Although, fucking iguanas are pretty neat, too. I don't know, but iguanas can fuck you up a little bit. Iguanas can be a little snippy. So I'd probably get a bearded dragon. I think they're pretty neat. I don't really want more pets, so, you know, especially not ones that need special care. Like snakes, lizards, fucking spiders, stuff like that. I guess it's not that special care, but, like, it's more special care than what I'm used to, which is, like, feeding my cat, so. Although I think bearded dragons just eat, like, mealworms, right? Mealworms and, like, crickets? I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. No say. I don't know. I don't own one. Oh, wait. Did somebody fucking... Hold on. Okay, let me scroll up. Ooh, woo. Does anybody else, like, love the ooh, woo? I love that. What is the difference between a beard man and a human twink? Okay. I think you can be a twink and still have a beard. But there's a difference, like... Because... this is, like, so stupid, but I'm gonna explain this. Okay. On the gay spectrum, you have a twink. And they're usually very thin, very fun guys to hang out with. I'm a twink. And they're usually the bottom. And I know I'm being very, like, fucking, you know, stereotypical here. I'm just trying to explain the general concept of what a twink is. Okay. And then you have the bears. And these are typically men who are a lot beefier. And they can be fat too. They don't have to be, like, you know, they don't have to be, like, what's it? Like, just muscle. They can be a little chub too. And bears are basically, like, you know, the beef boys of the relationship. And there's, like, a lot more, like, divisions. But, like, that's the difference. Twinks are, like, the skinny, slightly effeminate ones. Sorry to typecast, but it's true. Shit. I am a twunk. That's a combination twink and hunk. That's fucking Simon, I swear to God. I thought about doing making a stupid little animatic of that. Is Herschel a bear? I mean, I don't know. He's probably more of a hunk than a bear. Bears are a little bigger than Herschel. I mean, they are gay stereotypes. Like, I didn't say, like, they're factual. I just said, like, this is literally, like, the denominations of it. It's like, you know, identifying, like, a butch lesbian between, like, a femme lesbian, you know? Like, it's not necessarily, like, super mean, and if people don't like those labels, they don't have to use them for themselves. It's just, like, literally what you refer to as a beefy large man. A bear. a beefy large gay man. Ooh, woo. Herschel is not a twunk. He's too beefy to be a twunk. Like, maybe Simon would be a twunk. Maybe. Although he's still kind of twinky, so I don't know. He's still kind of, like, pretty lanky. So he's probably just still a twink. Okay, what is this panel? I have, like, so much shit on my desk right now. Alright. Alrighty, right now. Okay. God, my ear. I want to take these glasses off, but then I can't draw. So. I also just want to get to the inking stage, and I don't want to draw, but I have to, so, Yes, 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 yes. Alright, next panel. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, she says, I'm here for business. Okay. I, like, used to hate it when people, like, don't draw teeth inside the mouths. But now I just, like, do it all the time. And I guess the only exception to this rule where it still pisses me off is when people do this. Like, they'll draw a mouth, right? And then it's, like, all tongue. Does anyone else get, like, annoyed with that? I fucking cannot stand mouths like that. I'd rather it just be, like, empty like this than to have, like, that tongue mouth. It just drives me fucking insane every time I see it. I don't know why, it just makes me uncomfortable. It's just, I don't know. It gives me an icky feeling. I don't like it. Like, that's icky. I don't like that. Ew. That's icky. You're yucky. My dad said you're burning now. Okay. What am I saying? Okay. That was a joke, by the way. Just so you know. I'm not religious. We're fine. We're fine. Holly and her 15-year-old edgy jokes. It's gotten to the point sometimes where, like, I'll make a joke and, like, people just, like, are so up their own ass they can't just laugh at, like, something so stupid. Like, if you can't laugh at edgy jokes, like, you know. Like, I used to, like I just feel like it depends on, like, where the brunt of the joke is going to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really like the fucking, like, suicide jokes where they're making fun of somebody for, like, suicide or, like, you know, that's pretty mean-spirited. But what I do like is suicide-based jokes. I know that sounds, like, so stupid, but, like, there are ways of writing edgy jokes where it's, like, not hurting the person, but just talking about the subject matter. And it's such a, like, it's like a thin line to cross, but, like, it's so funny to me when it's done well. Like, I love dying jokes. Okay, file, save. Alright. Oh my god, my cat scared the living shit out of me. He likes to attack the window because there's, like, lizards on the window. And he scares the living shit out of me every single time because he just basically runs full force into the window. He's so fucking stupid. I love my cat so much. I always imagine Herschel as a twunk because I've always thought hunks as more beefy. I don't know. I'm a fucking lesbian. I don't know. Maybe he is? I'd have to see, like, I'd have to see a picture. Like, would that make fucking Atlas a hunk? What, like, I don't know. I don't know what the, I don't know what everybody's personal things are. Espresso. Stop. You're not gonna get it. He's outside. He doesn't understand Windows. He really doesn't. Poor boy. He's so dumb. I thought Espresso would get smart over time, and he just hasn't. So I think he's just a little, like, he's not gonna get any smarter, unfortunately. Oh, my poor dumb cat. He still hisses at himself in the fucking reflection, so, I mean... he's not smart. I don't want to draw these last two panels. I just want to ink stuff. Are Herschel and Ash supposed to be a couple, or are they just friends? I don't know. You're just gonna have to find out, aren't you? A twonk is like a skinny-faced fat dude. What? I'm getting mixed signals here on what twonks are. I thought I had it. I thought twonks are more like muscular. Like, they're not quite beefy yet, but they're not skinny. That was my impression of what a twonk was. I like inking because it doesn't require thought. That's basically why I want to do it. Yeah, I know that there's keyboard shortcuts. I just, like, fucking don't care. I know that's stupid. I just don't... Like, I have the main ones that I use the most memorized, but it's like, if it's saving, I'd rather manually save it so I know for an absolute fact that I fucking saved the bitch, you know? Oh, I know. That's why this looks weird. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. It's all gone to shit. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Okay. It's because she's supposed to be cut off at the bust here on this panel. See, you're fucking it up, idiot. Alright. Do. You know, if I didn't spend so much time fiddling around, I would make comics much faster, but I just fucking do dumb shit all the time. Will you quit? Thank you. There we go. Alright. Here we go. Okay. An otter? What the fuck is an otter? What does that mean? It has nothing to do with muscle but general size? This is confusing. So what if you had, like, somebody who was, like just had a lot of really lean muscle? They're still a twink? That doesn't make sense. No. I'm thinking people have different definitions for this shit. I'm thinking so. There's no way. You can't have, like, lean muscle and be not... And, like... That doesn't make sense. Holly literally debating on what a twink is. You know what's weird? I don't think lesbians have this many denominations as much as, like, gay guys do. I don't remember reading any, like, derogatory terms for lesbians as much as, like, gay guys do. Like, the only thing that I know about, like, lesbian culture is, like, the butch lesbian. And that's really it. Unless there's, like, names that I'm not aware of. So maybe that's why this is so convoluted. Because it is. Okay, let's make your mouth lower down. Yuck. That's so weird for me to do. Alright, just live with it, Holly. Live with it. Live with your decisions. Live with them. Okay. doesn't look very, like, proper. I need to make her more standing up straighty. God, that was a sentence, huh? That was a sentence I made. I gotta make her standing up more straighty. Yeah. 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 Military expert Holly. You know, stand up more straighty. Fuck. Alright. You know what I hate, though? I hate listening to, like, military guys. They are very frustrating to listen to. Like, I get that there's, like, a hierarchy and all this bullshit, but... You know, as somebody who's just trying to write, like, a dumb story, I don't really care about this. I don't care if it's not accurate. Do people care about accuracy with this type of thing? I don't think so. So in some ways, it's, like, written like a total, like, anime. But I can get away with it because it's, you know, it's surprisingly not real. So sorry, any future army guys who read this, who are going to complain. We're going to complain about the lack of realism in my military story. Sorry. I was about to say something not very tasteful, so I'm not gonna. Okay. Now she looks old. You gotta be very careful about this line. Okay. It's okay. She has eyelashes. That's how you know she's not that old. It's eyelash. Why do you change the mouth? Yeah, that kind of mouth. Maybe less dead eyes, maybe more awake. But like... reminds me of this kind of eye. The eyes that I don't like. To me, eyes are like so indicative of somebody's art style. Like I can always tell who it is just based off of how they draw the eyes. I just really don't like that doll look. I've mentioned that before. A lot of people know this. What is that? What is that? Oh my god. I've regressed. I've devolved. What happened? My art abilities have been sucked away from me. That was bad. Alright. That was bad. Alright. 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 Okay. I'm over it. We can fix it. She's saying this time it's for biz. No, she's just saying this is for business. So I gotta make her like seem serious. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Okay. I am gonna ink it later so I can like fiddle around with it a little more then. She doesn't quite look like she's looking at him, but that's probably from the shinies not being in the right area, but I'll fix that later. Fuck it. Alright. Okay. The shinies. Okay. Oh, I think it's her ear. And that's why she looks weird. Her ears aren't this big. There we go. Her head's a little round here. It shouldn't be that round. Her ears are kind of more pinned, you know. She looks so edgy when I do that. This time is for business. No. I want it to just be like mildly serious, like, you know. Okay. File save. Let's read. I don't like witch sonas. I don't know shit about witches, so I just don't really want to deal with that. No, our face looks fucked. I gotta fix it. It looks bad. I gotta fix it. Now that I'm looking at it more. Gotta fix it. Gotta fix this shit. Like I said, it's really frustrating to watch me do comics. I'm sorry. Especially when it's the sketching part. Okay, I think I know what I have to fix now. That hairline, though. Okay. There we go. She looks a little better. She still looks kind of fucked, but I'm kind of like not giving a shit. Like, literally didn't change this angle all in, like, a row. How lazy are you, Holly? Very. File save. Don't know why I even redrew that if I was just gonna do that. MILFs? I guess that's the only, like... No, that's not a lesbian thing, though. That's just like an anyone thing. Because all women are queens. What are lipstick lesbians? I guess they are lesbians that wear lipstick, from what I can deduce. I don't like lipstick. I always eat it off. I like lip stains and stuff, you know? Holly Brown and not finishing the page before she starts inking it because she's too lazy to, like, fucking wait. Holly Brown, don't you do this. Don't you do this. Too late, bitch. Too late. I want to ink. Just let me live, queen. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold the fuck up. Hold the phone. Hold on. 450. There we go. Now I can start inking. I don't know what else to say anymore, damn. I like don't know. I like don't know. Like, oh my god. I like watch all these like Comicsgate people. I don't even read American comics, so I don't know why I watch all these Comicsgate people. But it's really funny to see people overreact over dumb shit constantly. Like, I'm not really pro any side. Mostly because it's, like, a dying industry anyway. So, like, you know, it's just kind of funny to watch, like, 30-year-old dudes get really mad over stuff that's, like, an inevitability. It's like, yeah, no shit, this industry's dying when comic books are, like, not exactly the easiest to market because of, like, the hole that they were dug into by, like, the awful fucking universes and like the weird history that you have to know in order to fucking read shit. Like, no shit. But yeah, if you want to like entertain yourself, like fucking listen to like Comicsgate guys. They're really fucking funny. I wouldn't say like all of them are like, just some of them are like so over the top about like what they say. It's so funny. It's just like, chill, dude, chill. Yeah, that artist who was paid, like, probably nothing for a page inked a thing wrong. Like, leave him alone. Like, it's not like it's the fucking 80s where they got, like, a livable wage. These bitches are getting paid nothing. Like, let them live. Let them live. I don't know. It's kind of like watching animation channels, like, animation review channels who know nothing about the animation industry. It's kind of like that. It's like, your criticisms mean nothing. You don't know shit about shit. You know? It's kind of like that. It's like, I was watching this, like, animation review guy talk about Star vs. the Forces of Evil the other day. And, like, he had some good points. But, like, his conclusion at the end was basically, like, we need to be like fucking Soviet Russia and like fucking make cartoons that have no political agendas whatsoever. And it's like, that's literally not going to happen because A, we live in our current year, right? Like fucking whatever year you make a thing, it's going to be determined by like the politics of that era. Like that's why even though you have cartoons from like the 1950s, they still have like the messaging of the 50s. Just because you notice those messages doesn't mean, like, it's inherently flawed. Like, that's just called a marker of the time. It fucking happens. It's, like, not a big deal. Most of the time, these messages are, like, not really that bad. Like, I don't think there's anything that bad with, like, having inclusivity. Yeah, it can be annoying when it's, like, too diverse, but, like, I don't know. I just thought that was, like, such a stupid point to make. Like, because A, like I said, your politics are always going to be determined by the time period that you live in. So it's literally impossible to do that unless you have, like, slave work. Like, fucking, like I said, like, the people who were fucking making the cartoons that he was watching. Like, he mentioned, like, oh, they just showed up every day, and instead of, like, getting a bigger paycheck, they fucking bought more equipment. And it's like, yeah, that sounds all good and dandy, but, like, if you think about the logistics of that, that's literally not going to happen unless you're getting slave labor. Like, yeah, the messaging that you have in front of your children is determined by you as a parent. And if you don't like that messaging, here's a thought. Turn it the fuck off. Like, the only way for you to, like, get what you want out of your entertainment is to not purchase or view the stuff that you don't like. You know, I just don't understand when people bitch about content all the time, and it's like, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not allowed to exist. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, so stupid to me. Like, you don't know how fucking economics works. Like, if that's how you approach things. Like, you vote with your dollars. And you're voting poorly. I don't know. That's like just a random thing I was thinking about today. I was like, that is just so stupid. So, yeah. I don't know why I watch things that infuriate me, but I do. His like, criticisms were okay. It's just, like, his final point made no sense. Like, if you think about, like, how logistically that would work out, it's like, that's not plausible. That's not feasible. That's like how a lot of, like, the fucking 90s cartoons had a lot of, like, fucking, like, Christian slants to it, is because that's what was, like, popular to sell at the time. That's why VeggieTales was very popular. You know, so, like, whatever parents want to put their kids in front of, whatever, like, political slants that is what's gonna happen. It's like, I don't know, I just think people are so stupid sometimes. It's like, this shouldn't happen. All of our TV should be produced by the government. It's like, yeah, that's gonna work out in your favor, huh? Like, that's gonna be such a good idea. Oh my god, so dumb. Yeah. Her skin's gonna be dark, by the way, so she's gonna look a little less. Wow, she looks leany, doesn't she? Hold the fuck up. Let me check her. She looks a little like Elsa like this. Okay, let me fix her. This is why I like digital art, but also don't like it, because it makes me lazy as shit. It's like, but I can fix things so easily. It makes it, like, you know, as good as I can get it, you know. Espresso. You're not gonna get him. You're not gonna get him. You're not. He's outside. Oh my god, you dumb cat. Okay, let me check the messages. Lefty. Yeah, clearly. I just, yo. I don't think it's left-leaning to say that, like, all media is like, determined by who makes it. Like, if you don't like it, make your own media. Or don't put your kids in front of it. Like, that's literally... like, that's not even, like, a political stance. That's literally common fucking sense. But yeah, it just, like, irked me. I was like... Like, I get it, because I, like, low-key cringe at, like, all the fucking... like, you know that, like, Wreck-It Ralph trailer where they're, like, fucking obviously putting, like, feminist bullshit in the Wreck-It Ralph thing? Like, I physically cringed when I watched that, but I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna fucking watch that shit, so just voted my own dollar right there, you know? But, like, some people are so stupid that they don't realize that every single time they go to a movie that they don't like, or, like, don't approve of the messages of, as, like, a form of protest or whatever, they're like, oh, I need to watch it to review it, to see how shitty it is. You're giving it press, you fucking idiot. Like, I don't know. I don't know how people don't realize that. It's like, all press is good press. Because you're giving it money. But, yeah, I don't know. I think, like, pretty much most children's cartoons are left-leaning. Like, you can't escape it. That's just, like, literally how it is. So, if you don't like those messages, you're gonna be, like, hard-pressed to find a cartoon. But, I don't know. I don't know why I like subject myself to people who don't have common sense. I don't know. Okay. Ugh, I don't know if I like this anymore. This inking kind of sucks. I like this other lip better. So I'm gonna re-ink that lip. I'm gonna re-ink that lip. That lip though. Okay. Did anybody like get really frustrated that like in Kim Possible they only had one lip? That kind of bothered me. She's always pouting. There we go. That's better. I don't know why I'm talking about Kim Possible all the time now. I started watching it again, so I guess that's why. I fucking forgot how much I liked Ron Stoppable. I feel like the people who made low-key conspiracy, the people who made my the cartoons that I watched as a kid, they literally, I feel like they defined my sexuality like a little bit. It's like, oh, nerdy guys, huh? Ooh, you're gonna like those dudes, huh? Huh? Right? It's like, that's the ultimate conspiracy. Cartoonists determine what you're sexually attracted to when you're older. I just think that's more of like a fact rather than like a controversy. Like it's, I think that's like kind of hard for you to avoid. Like the media that you like as a kid determines your sexuality. That's why so many people are fucking furries now. You fucking furs. What did this to you? It's that Zootopia clip, isn't it? I understand. I get you. File, save. Holly, how do you deal with Tumblr resizing your art when posting? I've always had a hard time with the right dimensions. Yeah, I mean, either way, it gets blurry, so I upload like a HD photo. Because what happens is the Tumblr like pixels that you like need to have it set at, it's like 500 pixels wide. And that's not going to be very clear anyway, so what I do is I just upload it at like a high resolution, and that becomes blurry too. But when people click on it, they can see the full resolution, and when it's on my blog, it's full resolution, so I don't know. You can't win on Tumblr, so you just gotta pick what you want to do. Do you want to like make the image slightly clearer, or do you want to make it like when they save it, it's clear? You know, I'd much rather like post an image where people save it, it's clear. You know, because I'm not really the type of person. Like, I understand that people literally save the photos to their fucking desktops and stuff, so I'd rather it be nice and clear for them. You know? I don't know. It's up to you. It's hard to find the Tumblr blogs that have high-resolution photos available. Look at this fucking gremlin that I'm gonna have to fucking ink. Why do I use Mac instead of Windows? 'Cause I'm dumb. I don't know, that's what they teach you in art school. So Chris Chan defines my sexuality. Ew. Is Bailey J a furry now? I don't know. Is she? Why don't you ask her? I won't believe it till she buys the suit. Yif yif. She has enough money to go on vacations, so she has enough money to drop on a $2,000 fursuit. Where is it, Bailey? Come on. I know you're hiding it. Where is it? That would be so fucking funny if that happened. I would fucking shit myself. In the next vlog, so here's my new custom fursuit. It's actually not that wild. So, I mean, that's the sad part. It's not that wild. Her forehead, like, leans so hardcore on this one. I have to fucking fix that shit. Let's fucking, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you think the art lean would go away after a while. It really doesn't. I just know how to, like, combat it a little better. And not even, like, that much better. Ay, ay, ay. I remember when I was younger, cartoons always censored the homosexuality. They did it with the anime, but, like, in normal cartoons, they just wouldn't even have it. Like, it just wouldn't be there. Like, that's what, like, was so weird to me. 'Cause, like, I don't know if people realize, like, how much representation we have. That's why I always, like, don't understand when people are, like, mad about it. I'm like, literally, it's in every fucking thing now. Like, when I was a kid, there was no gay characters. Not at all. We're cousins. Remember that shit? I do. Although I kind of get it. Like, just make them gay. Come on. Says the person who bitched for like an hour about Voltron. So, I mean, I get it. I get it. Fuck. Just don't cock tease me. Like, if you say there's gonna be gay, make it gay. Don't fucking tease me. That's partially why I'm, like, not that excited about Adventure Time, because I feel like they had such an opportunity to do this sooner, and they just fucking didn't. And it's like, why didn't you just do this sooner? Like, come on. You had to wait for, Steven Universe to fucking do it for you, and now you're just, like, treading waters that have already been passed through. It's like, you had the chance, and you fucking didn't go for it. Okay. God, this looks like asshole. Okay, we'll fix it. We'll fix it. We shall fix. Mimi, big boy. Alright. Like, why did they decide, like, for Voltron, hey, we have this fucking huge cast of characters, and we want to have some gay representation up in here. Totally. I'm down. Are you down? And all the staff was like, yeah, we're gonna be woke at AF. We're gonna be woke AF. And then they decide to make the gay character, the only gay character that's, like, canon at the moment, the one that we've been waiting for, one that they've hyped up for San Diego Comic-Con for, like, years on end, to be a character that we've never seen before this season, and dies almost immediately, and we have no personal connection to. Like, I think that's just what, like, made me so fucking pissed, was like, I waited for that? Bitch, I waited for that? Like, that's it? What was that about? Oh, it's so fucking bullshit. Like, that's not even representation. That's just, like, some gay guy getting killed off screen. Like, who cares? That's not representation. Representation would be one of the main cast being openly gay in a gay relationship currently. Because, you know, it's, like, establishing that, like, gay people exist and, like, live in healthy relationships. They ain't nothing healthy about what happened. Like, Shiro fucking ignored his ass and then he fucking died. Adam fucking died. And I loved his skin tone. He's like a dark white guy. You know how many dark white guys there are? None. I love it when they're dark white guys. I relate because I'm like sort of tan for being white. So like anytime I see a white character that isn't like the standard peach color, I freak out. I'm like, whoa, a dark white person. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's actually white. I just sort of assumed because of his hair. Did you just assume his race, Holly? Yes, I did. I just assumed. But yeah, it's fucking Voltron. I'm still gonna watch it because I hate myself, but like, that just made me so fucking miffed. I was like, what the fuck was that, Voltron? You fucked up on Korra and then you fucked up on this? Like, y'all don't know how to write shit. Like, come on. Y'all know how hyped people were. Ain't nobody happy with that. He's supposed to be Arab? I did not get that impression. We woke beyond boundaries, kills the gays immediately. Basically, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, how you're gonna play me like this? You're gonna do me dirty like this? They did that shit with Korra. Like, they give me like this fucking cock tease of Korrasami. And then, like, the last fucking thing is they're holding hands. They didn't even kiss. Like, and then they're like, we're so woke, aren't we? It's like, okay. And they didn't even have, like, that much, like, sexual fucking connection. Like, they had the opportunity to, and it's just, like, so dumb. I don't know. So I don't know what I was expecting with, like, the writers of, like, Korra. Because, like, they already done fucked it. So, like, I was just expecting, you know, if you're gonna hype it up like this, at least make it worth my fancy. It was just so dumb. And I also didn't realize, like, how fucking weird the age gap between fucking Keith and Shiro was. They should have established that, like, from the beginning. Because, like, I did not get brother vibes from them at the fuck all. Am I, like, the only one? Like, I did not picture them brothers whatsoever. Like, they did not make that clear at all. They should have made that clear from the beginning, because then if you establish the fucking backstory from the beginning, then you can, like, fucking spend more time, I don't know, on the fucking character that died, maybe? You know what I mean? Like, it just seems so, like, random. I don't know. It's... Why did you write it this way, Voltron staff? Like, what was that? I don't know. I'm not that invested in Voltron, but it just sort of, like, irked me. I don't really get, like, obsessive like I used to with stuff nowadays, so when stuff disappoints me, I'm just like, oh, okay, what's new? Because it's like, I just don't have as many high expectations, but when they hype you up like that at San Diego Comic-Con, like, San Diego Comic-Con at this point is basically, like, the teaser trailer for stuff, because that's where people literally see the teaser trailers. So if you kind of lie to people at San Diego Comic-Con, it's kind of like you just lied to everybody about what's gonna happen. It's like you put, like, a fucking fake trailer. So it's kind of, I don't know. I guess that's why I'm kind of pissed. 'Cause it's like, that's kind of rude. It's kind of mean for you to do that to me. Anyways, let me check the stream. Oh, I didn't see the live-action Beauty and the Beast because it was garbage, so... Yeah, I mean... Voltron was kind of just like... The fucking plot itself was kind of lackluster. The fucking fight scene sucked. But what was holding it together was for that sweet, sweet gay that I was going to get. I was like, oh, there's going to be a cute-ass moment. It's going to be cute as shit. You know? That's what was, like, making me excited. I know that's, like, a fucking petty-ass reason to watch a show, but... I mean, that's why I watched it. So now I just watch it for Lance. You know, the only character that gets beat up more than anybody else. It's like, why don't people like Lance? Why do the writers hate Lance? What did he do? Why you gotta do him like this? It's not very nice. Okay, let's ink this. Let's ink this. Yes, queen. Sorry. Fuck, I'm annoying. Alright, I'm sorry. But yeah, how was y'all's days? I'm doing okay. I don't want to kill myself right now, which is like new, you know. I gained 2 pounds when I was at the fucking convention, so now I'm 168, which is very annoying. It's like I'm gonna have to fucking lose that shit all over again. Nice. Good job, fat ass. It was worth it. I had fucking tons of pumpkin spice lattes. I don't regret a fucking second. And it could just be like shit weight, you know? Like, I just need to take a fat shit. Who knows? But it's probably not, so. Wow. I don't know. It's just really easy for me to eat a fuckload. Oh, okay. Going on for 2 hours. Oh my god. Which one of my characters has the biggest dog? I don't know. I've never actually thought about that. I don't think in terms of dick length when it comes to characters. Sorry. Lance is the best character. Yes, he is. He's the best. Yeah, the writing of Voltron, that's what I'm saying. It was, like, really confusing, because it's, like, all the characters' relationships that were meant to seem like brother and sister seemed romantic, and all the ones that were supposed to be romantic are kind of like brother and sister. Like, they fucked that up so hardcore. Like, the Alora and Lance, I never saw that because I saw them as, like, siblings. And then they fucking... and then they want Keith and Shiro to be like brothers, and it's like, oh, I totally saw them like romantically. Like, they did, I don't know, like, their writing was bad. I don't know. Like, I feel like you could have written that in a way where it didn't polarize your audience. And it wouldn't even take much effort. You'd just have to establish their relationships up front instead of, like, leaving it vague. It's like, like, you could make Alora be sexually attracted to Lance, but just not, like, mentally attracted. Because, like, you can't deny sexual attraction. Like, you can be attracted to, like, literally anybody. Like, you could be like, oh, that guy's fine, you know? But you don't want to fuck him because he's a tool, right? And I think they should have established that instead of making it like this pseudo friendship relationship. Because, like, that's, like, if you want a straight couple, like, I'm sorry, but, like, going from, like, friend status to, like, fucking romance is a bit hard, especially when you've already, like, rejected the dude a million times. Like, so I don't know how they're gonna pull that out of their asshole without, like, ruining Alora's character. And then, like, with fucking Lance, and with fucking Keith and Shiro, it's like, the way that they treated those two together, it's just kind of like, I don't know. That is not how, like, brothers talk to each other. So, I don't fucking know. Like, I just don't understand why they didn't just introduce the characters properly the first time. Like, if they're gonna do that. Because then it just makes things shipping fodder instead of, like, actual character. Like, they cared more about, like, bullshit shipping instead of, like, making the character have characterization. I guess that's like, kind of my problem with it, I guess. It's like, oh, we didn't want to tell the fans to stop shipping them because then people would stop caring about our show, so we made the only gay representation bullshit to, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what I feel like they did. Or they wrote it as they go. They wrote the story as they went instead of, like, actually planning this shit out, which I think is likely too. Because the plot's, like, kind of a scatter plot as well. Like, with the whole fucking Lotor situation. I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan of, like, how it ended up. I saw a lot of potential in it, but not a fan. Sucks, because it's well animated, you know? It's like, oh, you have all this money and you waste it. Would I write my own how to draw book? No. I would write a book, like, a book on drawing, but not a how-to draw book. How to draw books are for children. Like, I'm sorry, but they are. They are not designed for, like, artists. See, a real book about art is not going to have how to draw in the title. It's going to have, like, something like mastering the pencil or something like that, you know? Like, it's going to be more focusing on technique and, like, how to actually observe rather than, like, this is a circle, and then you add ears, and then it's a cat, you know? Because what you're teaching with people with those types of books is you're not teaching them how to draw. You're teaching them a process of drawing one way and your way only. And that is not something that I necessarily like, you know? I don't think that's very beneficial to, like, a young artist's actual learning process. I would rather recommend artists buy Andrew Loomis books than, like, how to draw books, because you're going to learn a lot better. Sorry if that sounded mean, but it's what I feel. I don't think how to draw books are very good. They're good for selling copies, because that's what parents think is the best for children, because they have how to draw in it. But if you truly want to learn how to draw, you stay the fuck away from those types of books. So yeah, I would love to do a book on color. That'd be kind of cool. I think I'm fairly good at color. That's something I feel like I could teach adequately. Not well, but adequately. Because I think I can explain things in ways that, like, are relatable, you know? Because it's sometimes, like, learning theory isn't, like, applicable to you because, like, people can't explain it in a way that, like, makes sense. So sometimes I have, like, art books that I have for, like, school or whatever, and it's like I literally cannot understand the point that they're making because of the way that it's written. Because it wasn't written for an artist, it was written to sound smart. And it's like, I don't care about sounding smart, I care about you guys understanding the point. So, like, if I wrote a how to draw book or, like, a fucking art book, it would be more simple language and with a lot of examples and stuff that you can reference. So, like, it's not just my own artwork that I'm showing, but, like, examples of, like, other artists' artwork and stuff. So you guys get a full scope of, like, the topic, right? That's how I would make an art book, but I highly doubt any company would ever hire me ever for that kind of thing, so. And that's the only way I would do it, is if I had, like, a book deal, so. Unlikely that that will ever happen, so. Don't, like, hold your horses for it. And you don't need a book. You just need, to, like I said, Andrew Loomis is a really good one to research. And just, like, look at the old illustrators. Like, 1920s illustrators are really good to study from. I really like J.C. Leyendecker. I find that if you study his work, your artwork will look a lot better. Because I think the way that he breaks things down into, like, colors and forms is, like, really... There's no other artist that does it the way that he did, you know? So, like, just studying, like, old masters and, like, studying from life, that's better than any book can teach you. That's why I said, like, color, because color is tricky. That's the only thing where I feel like, yeah, you can learn color from your own observations, but, like, it's a little tricky. Because color has a lot to do with pigment. It has a lot to do with what medium you're using. It has a lot to do with like your technique of laying that medium down. And it has to do with like making sure your colors are correct, because color is one of those things that's more tricky than like just looking at something, because your eye tricks you. A lot of the time the colors that you pick are not the colors that you're actually seeing, because your brain kind of assigns like primary colors to things that aren't primary colors. Like when you look at grass, a lot of people think, oh, it's green. But if you actually look at grass, odds are it's probably like brown or yellow, or, you know, it's not that fucking bright green that you think. So that's kind of the problem with color is it's kind of like you have to teach your brain to not think about like what that color is, but to think in like terms of like, what degree is this color? Like what is literally this color? And it's a lot of like color matching and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm never going to make a book like that unless somebody pays me to. And even then, I don't know the marketability of that type of thing. You know, it's a lot easier to market a book that's like giving you all the answers rather than working. You know, that's why How to Draw books are so successful, because, no offense, it kind of takes your accountability away. When you have to like tell people like, yeah, you're not going to learn this unless you practice, people don't like hearing that. They'd much rather like grab a How to Draw book and like, oh, this is how I draw the thing. Goodbye, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. Not a fan of How to Draw books. Yeah, hues and values. Values are different than colors, though. That's the thing. Like you can teach anybody values, right? Like the light spectrum isn't incredibly like out of people's like range, right? Like you can have a really, really dark black, like the blackest black, and then you can have the lightest light. And you can teach people how to like see things in grayscale and see things in value. But teaching people color is like kind of a different beast, because again, color is a little more complex, I think, because it's both technical and also like emotional. Like it deals with like aesthetics. Like what are you feeling with these colors? And a lot of people like tend to do stuff that's like really basic. When they first learn illustration, like they'll be like, I feel sad, so therefore it's blue. But what type of sadness is it? Is it somber? Is it melancholy? Are you mournful? All of those are different types of sadnesses, and all of those can be reflected with different colors. So, like, yeah, and it's like, do you want it to be, like, an actual representation of that emotion, or do you want it to be, like, a contrast to that emotion? Like, that's what I mean when color is complicated, because, like, it's a lot more complicated than you probably think initially. Like, it's kind of innate in some ways. Like, some people are naturally good at coloring. Like, I think I was naturally good at coloring, but being naturally good at coloring a thing doesn't make you understand colors and like how people react to them, you know? That's why a lot of people, when they start coloring, they choose really, really bright colors, because bright colors might look good together. You know, that's why you see a lot of like people on DeviantArt with the fucking rainbow characters or whatever. They might look good together, but as a whole, it doesn't make people feel very well. And it doesn't like you don't get like a personal connection to like tons of neons, you know what I mean? Like, color is something that's hard. That's why I've always been like telling people like, color theory class is really good for you. Color theory is really good. And nobody fucking believes me, and nobody fucking like looks into it. It's like, it's not that difficult to learn color theory, or like just have like a vested interest in color. But I guess because it's like more nuanced than like a lot of the other things, that it's difficult. It's kind of like it reminds me of like learning writing, right? Like when you're in English class, a lot of like the A-type personalities hate English. You know why? Because there's no right or wrong answers. And I think with color, that's why a lot of people don't like color theory or don't like learning it. Because there's no concrete yes or no with colors, right? Like, maybe if you're doing a study, there's a yes and or no. If your fucking colors are off, your colors are off. But if you are doing an illustration, there's not. And technically it's like that for all art, but like some things I'd see that there's more hard, fast rules, like learning perspective and learning that kind of thing. Like, yeah, you could break the rules, but more often than not, it's just better to not break the rules, because it's like, okay, well, if I break the rules of perspective, it can look really cool and trippy, or it can look unintentional and really bad, you know? Whereas if you break the rules for color theory, it could look really cool, you know? Like say, for example, you put two highly contrasting colors together, and you can actually do some really cool shit with that. You know why? Because when you have colors... Sorry, I'm just like getting into a tangent here, so I hope you guys don't mind. But when you have two very bright colors next to each other, what happens is color vibration. So that is actually something that you can actually play with. So what happens is, with a lot of rides and stuff, like if you go to like carnivals and stuff, they intentionally pick colors that give you that kind of like nausea effect. So like, you know, like those flashing lights, those have two different colors in them, and one's like usually a red and one's like a green, and they flash rapidly, so you get nauseous. So you can actually use those things to your advantage in like illustration. That's why I'm saying, like, there's no hard, fast rules. I mean, generally you don't want color vibration, and it's a good thing to like be aware of, but sometimes it's a good thing, you know? So it's a tricky gambit, I would say, to teach people fucking color theory, because like, yeah, I don't like black in illustrations, but I have seen it be very effective. Like, if you want a more bold look, you use black. If you don't, then don't. Like, that's the trouble with color theory, is it's complicated. I guess all art is complicated, but a lot of people like simplify color theory to be like this basic thing about knowing analogous versus fucking all these other, like, you know, color shit. And it's like, that's not what I mean when I mean like color theory is complicated. I mean, like, literal, like, everything about it is complicated. Sorry if that was, like, a lot. Yeah. Any suggestions learning color theory? Alright, first thing I would say is to pick an artist. Like I said, I really like fucking, J.C. Leyendecker. Because, actually, hold on, let me find some of his artwork. I used to have a folder of it on my computer, but I might not have it anymore, so hold on, give me a sec. No, I don't have it anymore, so let me just find a picture as an example, because he's a really, really good example of color theory, because his stuff's whack as shit, because it's just really trippy, so... you can see I search it a lot. Images. Okay, let me find, like... illustrations. Okay. I'll show you, like, how trippy color theory can be sometimes with some of his pictures here. Oh, that's a good example. This one's really good. Okay. Because we have a lot of thoughts about color, even though people don't think that you do. His illustrations really, I think, force you to think about color in a different way if you actually analyze his stuff. Which is why he's such a good artist. It's because he makes you think with his colors. Oh, I know what I could use. I could put his studies, and I could show you that. His studies are beautiful, by the way. He'd do tons of studies before he did a single illustration, so there's like tons of like unfinished work that he did. But yeah, very beautiful style. I really wish I anytime I see somebody who's like remotely like him, I fucking immediately follow them. But there's not a lot of people who can paint even remotely similar to him. Okay, So let me bring up the examples for you. Hold on, let me make sure this is like on screen right now. Might not be. Yeah. Okay, it's just watching my Photoshop. Okay. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. I'll bring it into Photoshop. So you'll see it. Oh no, okay, it's screen sharing. We're fine. Okay, cool. Alright, let me bring these into Photoshop to show you what I mean. Okay. So let me find yeah, this is a really good example. So when you look at this photo of this illustration, some things that like really catch your eye here, or at least for me, is his use of cool colors here. This is really an odd choice. Same with here, in his gloves. An unexperienced artist will just pick one value, like one color family, and stick with it. But J.C. Leyendecker never did this, and this is why his stuff was so fucking good. Is because he would mix different color families, like blues, greens, red, right next to each other, and it just flows in a way that's like extremely organic. So like, hold on, man, I wish I had like this one picture. This is a really good example too. It's because I can color pick for you guys, so you can really see what I'm talking about here. So let me just like move this here. And let's make this white so you guys can see the exact colors of this kid's skin. Okay. So let's just color pick a few colors from this kid's skin. He's obviously a white kid, but let's see all these different colors that are in his skin. So, oop, hold on. Why aren't you fucking going? Am I having something selected? What the hell? What am I doing wrong? Why aren't you selecting? Hold on. Work with me, bitch. Work with me. Bitch, why aren't you working? I'm trying to... Oh, I know why. Acts like a moron for 2 seconds. Okay. I had the wrong thing selected. Okay. Fucking... Back to the example. Okay. So look at all the colors in this kid's skin. Fucking damn it. Okay. Stop! Sorry. Go back to the brush. Okay. Sorry, I like fucking forget like where my selection thing is sometimes, and it like really fucks with me. So this is an example of like a... Hold on, I see a blue here too. Like where... Let me grab that blue. Yeah, so here's just like a quick example of like how many different colors this boy, this fucking man, would put into his paintings. So like a normal person, when they do a fucking skin tone, they would grab like 2 colors. Nah, not our boy JC. Our boy JC was like, nah, forget that pussy shit. We're gonna be doing all of these colors. But a lot of the times he actually used a base of green, which I think is actually really interesting. Or he'd use like this like gold color here. That was like a really common color for him to use. But let me find that fucking green one, because that one was like a really good example. So let me find that one. Because that was like the quintessential moment where I was like, holy shit, he's a color genius. So let me find that one example. Ah, perfect. Ah, okay. So here's where you really see like his thought process with his studies. So let me bring it in. Really, he's a good guy to study for color. I'm not even lying. Okay. Okay. So you see here these kinds of greens. A lot of these types of greens are all throughout his work. And he uses this type of green and he mixes it with his red tones. So that's how he gets like a lot of these desaturated tones. And he also uses this green as a base, and this is usually going to be like a really dark color. So like in the final version of his paintings, this would usually be like a black. But he starts it off as a green, so he can kind of get like a feel for like where the contrast is. You know, like, so it would probably end up more like this in the final fucking painting. And you see it in a lot of his paintings, like this like weird green tint. And actually, your skin, if you're white, I mean, if you're black too, this is like the same thing, because we all have fucking red shit underneath our veins. But green is a perfect complement for red, and a lot of people have red tinted skin. So in a lot of his work, you actually find a lot of like greens or like pseudo greens like this. This is called green gold, actually. This like browny green. So like that's what I mean when I mean like actually study. Like I mean break this shit down. Like literally paint stroke for paint stroke. Like take a piece of an artwork like this, like just a hand or something, blow it up real big and copy it and try to get it exactly the same colors. Like research like what paints did he use, how did he do it, how fast did he do it, how many studies did he do, you know, like that type of shit. And you just do that shit over and over again, and then do your own studies based off of like how he did studies. And that's how you like fucking learn color theory. It's a lot of like annoying shit. You also have to like just think about color palettes a lot, like just have those on your brain a lot, because like look how pretty this color is right here on this like Mary, right? Like look at that, what a beautiful seafoam. Not everybody would think to pair that with like this cream color, you know? Like that takes ingenuity. That takes like he must have saw that color somewhere and like kept it on his mind, you know? Is that type of shit that like just fucking, I just think it's so cool. Or like look how he like fucking uses these pinks as like almost a shading color. You know? I don't know if that made any sense. I hope it made sense. I don't know. But J.C. Leyendecker, man, fucking great colors. Alright, back to drawing anime bullshit. Oh my god, okay. But yeah, I don't really recommend any books for it. Just fucking study shit. And a class will help you because they force you to like find artists to study and like, you know, give you assignments on it and stuff. That's really the only reason why I'd recommend a class, is because they'd know more artists for you to study. And you'd be kind of forced to do it, so. But yeah, J.C. Leyendecker is like fucking incredible. You know, everybody talks about like Norman Rockwell. Fuck that guy. J.C. Leyendecker. Way better. I love how he does the swoopy lines. The swoops. Okay. Okay. I'm making sure that you guys can hear me, so let me just check. Did you like guys not hear me that whole fucking time?
Real big.
Oh my god, I scared myself. Nope, you guys could hear me. Fuck. Oh my god, that scared the shit out of me. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, he was gay. Basically, J.C. Leyendecker lived in a time, it was like the 1920s, right before the Great Depression and stuff. And basically, that was when illustration was at like its finest. That's why his paintings were so like beautiful. It's because he'd get paid like a fuckload. He was rich. And he was one of the few like, because like the 20s was kind of like a time where like low-key people were fucking raunchy in the 20s, honestly. So he was just kind of like semi-openly gay. So like they'd have a lot of fucking parties and shit, and like You know, he'd have a boyfriend. The Arrow Man, the guy who's on the cigarettes, is actually his fucking husband. So, like, you know, nobody can draw a gay man. Nobody can draw a man more than... nobody can draw a man more sexy than, like, a gay man because he knows the attractive features. I feel like that's just, like, fucking proof. Because, like, goddamn, Arrow Man is hot as hell. But yeah, like, isn't that fucking wild? One of, like, our great American illustrators was a gay man. So, like, don't fucking, like, think that you can't be successful. He fucking made it happen, man. Couldn't be open about it, like, IRL, but, like, in those rich parties, like, they all fucking knew, you know? It's just kind of funny, like, how it's always been there. We just don't talk about it. Amazing colors, though. Fuck. I use him as reference all the time for my paintings. And obviously you could pick, like, an old master, but those Renaissance paintings aren't the same as, like, illustration paintings. Renaissance tends to have, like, a very limited type of palette. It's either, like, a dead palette or, like, a, you know... A lot of people call the dead palette the Zorn palette, although they're technically, like, slightly different. So Renaissance painters use a lot of, like, yellow ochre, burnt sienna. They don't have, like, a lot of colors that, like, you know, illustrators have that are, like, in more, like, you know, modern day type illustration, you know. So I don't know if those are, like, the best examples of, like, color theory for you, but I don't know. Those are just good for, like, general studies, like, to learn anatomy and stuff. Or to, like, learn lighting. Lighting is really good, because you can learn, like, chiaroscuro from, like, old masters and stuff, but not necessarily great for, like, color. Good for, like, learning glazing, but not color. If that makes sense. I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. Yeah. The only thing about art school is I know useless information about, like, stupid art terms. Isn't that fun, huh? Like, chiaroscuro. Wow. Fucking high schoolers know that shit. Had some good times in the 20s. I know, they did. 20s were fucking wild. It is a real good oof. We have been going on for 3 hours. Sorry, I'm trying. The Greeks saw... I don't know if the Greeks were necessarily pro-gay as much as, like, gay was just cultural. Like, they had a lot of relationships that aren't necessarily gay, but in, like, our modern times would be considered gay. Like, they had a lot of, like, master apprenticeship type roles that were literally, like, male-only type deals. And, yeah, they would literally, like, fuck each other, but, like, I don't know. The Greeks are wild. I don't know. They're gay, but not gay. It's hard to explain. Like, if you read into it, like, it could be perceived as, like, you know, trying to cover up the homo, but it also could be perceived as, like, a totally different, like, hierarchical structure than what we know is. I don't know. Like, so, I don't know if the Greeks were, like, that gay. I mean, they're pretty gay, but, like, I don't know if they saw themselves as that gay. You know what I mean? They were no homoing it. It's not gay if it's, like, with a bro, right? Yeah, I did, like, a thesis paper about that, actually, for my art history class. It was kind of fun. But, yeah. Art history is, like, so boring because, like, so many fucking art history fucking teachers only care about Baroque stuff, and I do not care for Baroque art styles. I don't know why, I just do not like it. But, like, art history people lose their fucking mind over Baroque, and I just, oh, God. So, oh, shit. For my elective, I'm taking non-Western art history, so I'm so excited. because it's like, finally, I can learn something that's like not about fucking Westerners for once. So I can learn like some cool shit about other countries. It's really like, they don't teach you shit that isn't like Western art, so, you know, I can finally learn like about textiles and like, you know, Asian art and like the differences between like the art through the centuries of China and like the shit that I like literally never learned. The only thing that I learned in art history that was like from something that was like not super Western was like about Egypt, and that was really just to talk more about fucking the Greeks, because they were the same kind of because they, I don't know how to explain it, but like Egyptians have basically had the same art style for like centuries, and that's why art classes talk about it, is because it's just so wild. Because while like Greeks and Romans were making like those beautiful realistic statues, Egyptians were making the same fucking thing over and over and over again. And it's totally based off of just like interpretation and like culture. But a lot of people like try to see it as like this fucking competition or some shit. Like, it's not a fucking competition. Like, that's literally like the culture of like these countries. Like, it's not that these Egyptians couldn't fucking do it. It's called like, it's in their culture to like be the same over centuries. Like, to be different was not really seen as like a good trait for artists, because like, you know, it's I don't know, it's fucking, but that's what I mean. Like, a lot of what you learn in art school is kind of biased based off of like just your own culture. So like you get a lot of like realism focus and not necessarily on like pattern or like textile work. You pretty much never like read about textiles in like your standard art history classes. That's more like a niche, which is kind of weird. You'd think you'd get more of like a, I mean you do, but you don't. It's not like you spend a lot of time on that. You spend more time on like, this is the Renaissance, this is the Baroque, this is fucking dumb shit that you don't care about. Yeah. Whereas I care more about like each country and like the culture of like that kind of thing. I don't really care that much about like the time periods as much as I care about like what country started what style and like that kind of thing, and like why was it more pervasive. Like German art is like wild as shit. German art is funny to like, it's weird. Like a lot of like those like really creepy Christian mosaics come from Germany. Like, you know, the ones where like the eyes are like, and they're like just really creepy. And they're like the non-believer. Oh my god, Espresso, you scared the shit out of me. Quit. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not that educated because I am not good at remembering dates and stuff. So don't ask me any like specific questions because I won't be able to answer them. But I know vague art history. God, you're scaring the shit out of me. Will you quit? Vague. I hate French art. Same, bro. Like, I'm not a big fan of the French. Sorry. Y'all don't do anything that really gets me hard. Italians, on the other hand. GC is Jesus Christ. Yeah. JC. Oh my fucking Christ. Does anybody else do that? Like they read J as a G? They are low-key, high-key gay, so mid-key gay. I mean, yeah? I don't know. Like I said, there's not a culture that's like that now. So it's like, to try to like put our current lens on it, that's something that I really don't like about like how a lot of modern day people like perceive historical how a lot of modern day people perceive historical figures, is that a lot of people put our modern day lens on like events that happened in history without thinking about the context of like when and where they lived, right? Because it's like a lot of people talk about like the Salem witch trials and like how fucked up they were and stuff like that. And that's true. They were fucked up. 100% guaranteed. But look at the time period that these people are fucking living in and like the shit that they fucking deal with. It's not like they deal with like the scariest shit imaginable. So the idea of somebody being a witch is terrifying. You know? Like, so I just think like a lot of people don't like try to have empathy for the historical figures that they see. They just try to like villainize our past rather than learn from our past. And it's like, yeah, slavery's bad. But why don't we like take 2 seconds to try to understand like the social economic pressures it took to be successful? And it's just kind of like also just like what people thought back then. Like, it's not like reading was like necessarily like readily available. Like, that's why so many people went to church, because you could learn how to read. Like, like, I hate to say it, but like, people were dumb as shit. Like, they did not see black people as people. And I'm not saying that as like as an excuse. I'm saying it as like literal fact. Like, we literally thought black people were 3/4 of a person at one point. So to say that like it was all just about vindictiveness and like all that, no. It was years of like prejudices and like not even understanding their own reality. So like that's why I have trouble with people, specifically like people who aren't like historians, putting these slants on things, because it's like you're not thinking about like how these people lived back then. Like, I don't know. I don't think every historical figure that like founded our nation was like an evil dictator, you know what I mean? Like I just think shit was fucked up back then. Like, shit be wild. That's what I think. And it's just like every culture has something really fucked up about it. So it's kind of like we either embrace that about ourselves and like realize like, yeah, we did some fucked up shit back then. Or we do as like what I feel like a lot of people are doing now, where we chastise ourselves rather than learning from like what we went through, you know? It's like, I don't see a point of like bringing up slavery constantly if we're not gonna fucking do something about it. Oh wait, we did do something about it? We don't have slaves anymore? Like, I don't know. That's what I mean. Like, I don't know. I don't think anyone will be happy about it, just due to like the nature of humans. Because people be fucking enslaved. It's, you know, it takes a while to get over that shit. But like, I think a lot of people like either A, try to cover up history, which I think like when I was younger, I experienced a lot of that shit. Like where we just like totally like grazed over the fact that like we just killed like every Native American here. You know what I mean? Or we like try to like make it so seem like history is a lot more evil than it was, when it's more like prejudices and like, yeah, there were people who were really fucked up, but also their time period was really fucked up, you know? So sometimes I wonder, like, are these historical figures that like we don't like today really bad people, or were they just like everybody else, scared and like ended up on the wrong side of history? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but it certainly does fucking raise some eyebrows when like we be like covering shit up about our own history. I really don't like that shit. Like, on either political end of the spectrum, that really just grinds my gears when I see that shit. It's like, on one end of the spectrum, people are like, oh, we can't say the N-word, even though it's like in every historical book ever. And in order to understand like the importance of that word, we kind of need to like have it, like keep it in the books. Plus, you're kind of giving it more power if you like, I don't know, fucking treat it like it's fucking Voldemort. And then on the other end of the spectrum, they're like, like fucking covering up basic shit like, oh, we didn't kill the Native Americans, they's our friends. Like, no, we obliterated them, and not in the nice way. So I don't know, but I would say every historical thing that you read, you better take it with a grain of goddamn salt. Like, 100% guaranteed. It's probably biased one way or another. Like, especially art history. The way art is perceived is dictated by the audience of current day, not what, like, people thought of it at the time. Right? So, like, you can have an artist who was, like, really, really acclaimed back then, but, like, not very liked now. It's, like, totally dependent on, like, the time period. Like, look at Picasso, right? He fucking had to, like, burn his paintings to, like, stay alive. And, like, look how much his paintings go for now. So, I don't know. History, I'm, like, very conflicted on a lot of things, because it's, like, I don't know what to believe, and will never know what to believe. So you kind of have to just use your own fucking context clues, and you have to use your goddamn brain for 2 seconds to think about, like, how people are, because people can be mean. But some culture things, you're just not gonna get, because, like, that's just not... It's not in your realm. We don't live in that world, you know? Like I said with, like, the gay thing, with, like, the Greeks and Romans and stuff. Is it gay? Maybe. But I don't know at the same time, because they had that, like, whole fucking hierarchy shit. So, I don't know. I don't fucking know, man. I'd say, like, just try to read on, like, the behavior of these people in their cultures. And that, I think that, like, kind of signifies, like, more context clues for you to, like, figure out history. Because if you don't understand the culture completely, then you make a lot of assumptions that aren't true. Like when you learn about, like, Japanese history, a lot of people, like, assume the Japanese, like, just based off of their history, are not nice people. And, like, they do a lot of, like, the fucking structured shit out of, like, totalitarianism. And that's true to some capacity, but a lot of it has to do with just, like, yeah, they have a lot of people in one fucking area, and if they didn't arrange their society this way, it wouldn't function very efficiently. Like, you know, telling kids to be, like, successful now so, like, your family can succeed. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of cultures are, like, affect history in a way that, like, we can't expect. I don't know. That was a long, convoluted thing to say that I don't know if it's gay. I don't know. Maybe. Probably, honestly. There's a lot of dick fucking sculptures of Greek shit. Like a lot. Like a lot. like an immense amount. So probably. But who knows? But I think that's what's cool, because then, like, you can... The cultural element to stuff, I think, is the coolest part of, like, learning history. That's why I liked Homestuck so much, because it was one of the few webcomics, or a few comics that I've read in general, where they bring a alien culture and actually explain it like an alien culture. Like, there's certain things, like, that like, fucking John couldn't understand about troll culture, because it's almost the complete opposite of, like, human culture, like, not being aggressive, right? Like, that's pretty much, like, a Homestuck thing, where it was like, yeah, trolls are aggressive, like, that's just their culture, like, it's normal. You have to fight to survive type of living conditions, so that's how it is. Even the nicest trolls are a little brutal. So it's kind of like, I think when you learn a lot about history, you can learn how to write stuff, because then you can, like, break down what is a culture, right? I don't know, fuck. Sorry, that's a long ramble. I'm sorry. Goddamn. Okay, I'll shut up now. Alright. Let's ink some fucking comics instead of talking about nothing. Alright, file save. Let me actually read these comments. Check your phone. Ooh woo. Alright. What now? I got home when a mic. Sorry, I should not read that out loud. Okay. Michelle, I don't know how to add you on this, though, without it, like, the audio being bad. How... Do you want to just do, like, a fucking Google Hangout? And we, like, move it to, like, your channel or something? Text me when you get that. When it comes up. It's easier just to talk to you than to fucking type that. But, yeah. Cultures, man, they wild. We always in one and stuff. But yeah, maybe I could like be in a live stream with Michelle and then we just like move over. Would you guys like that? Maybe. Ooh woo, baby. They did math wrong. Thomas Jefferson's coming home. Nice. Like, and I'm dumb, man. Like, can you imagine if I was actually smart and, like, knew how to, like, say things better and remember dates? I would be able to, like, talk to you guys forever about this shit. Y'all didn't know that fucking the trolls in Homestuck were aliens? You didn't know that? I thought everybody knew that. Even the people who didn't read it. Here, let me just text Michelle. Fuck it. I don't know if it's gonna take too long. Let's see, I don't care how that work. You wanna just live stream on your channel with Google Hangouts? You know, my computer sucks. There. I typed it. You feel bummed out? Why? You gets my points? You gets my point? Yeah. Yeah, I've heard that. Like, it's all about, like, wealth and power and, like, fucking... Because men were equal, so, like, there's no literal relationship like that. Because there isn't, like, a power dynamic like that that's similar. I don't know. A lot of the gay shit in the Greeks' time is complicated. I don't know if it's gay in modern sense. But it's gay. I mean, because, like, they had a lot of relationships like that. Like, male relationships were not always, like, so no homo. Like, even in, like, the, you know, the early, like, 1700s, like, they'd have relationships that are much more, like, I wouldn't say romantic, but handsy, you know? Like, it was not uncommon for men to, like, hug each other, kiss each other, stuff like that. Like, so what we perceive as gay, I don't know. Like, is it dick touching? Like, we're getting into, like, what's gay argument already, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, but, I think gay, to me, in terms of, like, historical stuff, is literally being in a romantic relationship with a man. Not a sexual one, a romantic one. I think that's what dictates gay. Because, like, we've clearly seen in history that, like, sexual relationships amongst two men didn't necessarily make it gay. You know, with, like, the hand-holding and shit. It's when you added the romantic element. That's when it, like, got whack. That's when they're like, ew, no homo, you know? Like, if you read the fucking Hamilton letters to John Lawrence, that shit's pretty fucking gay. Fan theory. Was Hamilton as gay? Find out next time. How do you dictate the gay 101? I mean, it's true, though. That's like, where we get into these questions. Like, what degree of gay are we talking about here? Because it's, like, again, with, like, the cultural thing, It depends. So who knows? Maybe we were gay this whole time. We were. I don't know. I'm taking 40 years to ink this, sad face, because I'm talking about dumb shit that I shouldn't be talking about, because I should be fucking working on comics and not talking about the gay TM. Ugh, stop it. Stop it. Okay. Wait for Michelle to text me back. She did not. Okay. Lawrence was gay though. I know, right? That's pretty gay, right? Like I read those letters and I was like, damn, that gay though. Oh my god, I'm reading these comments. It's getting a little saucy here. My wiener is hurty, says Anna. Nice. Nice. Good work. Good comment. 10 out of 10. Yeah, tag me in fan art if you do fan art. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the fan art. Okay. Do you guys want to know like the favorite part of doing comics digitally? Check this shit out. Y'all are not even prepared for this. You're not. You're not ready. You're not ready at all. You're about to see one of my favorite brushes. So prepare yourself. Like, hold on to your pants. Hold on to them. You've probably already seen me do this before, but I don't care. Screen tones. Were you holding on to your pants? I know. I know. I know. Screen tones are the best. They make my life so much better. In every way. Ah, yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I actually have to lighten the screen tones a lot if it is a skin tone, because like when you actually print this shit, if it's like this, like pure screen tone, it looks so dark. Like it's okay for their uniforms, but like for their skin tone, I have to like make it really light. Even if they're a dark skinned character, I cannot make their skin that dark or you will literally not see their expressions. It sucks. Ugh. That's why like Reese's skin tone color is a lot lighter than his skin tone when I color him, because like you literally will not see him in print if I keep it darker. That's the only like sadness about screen tones. It's like skin tones, you kind of have to be a little careful. Cause like I don't care if like a little bit of the detail gets lost with like the fucking clothes, but like with the expression, like I cannot have that happen. So their skin has to be a bit lighter, just a bit, when I do skin. But yeah, I love screen tones. These brushes I got off of Cube Brush. I don't know if I recommend their website. They're a little expensive, but they're good. They good brushes though. You know, I was originally going to give her, like, a darker skin tone, but now I'm kind of, like, not sure at this point. She looks kind of good, but she does look like Elsa, so let's see what she looks like with different skin tones. That's the benefit of black and white. I literally don't really have a canon color for anything. So let's see what that looks like. Let's see. Let me put another layer. Let's do 72. That's what I put for Reese, is 72. Oh, it'd help if you use the fucking right brush, you fucking dingus. Use the right brush. Jeez, it does not look that much lighter, does it? I kind of like it at more like a 30. Huh. Like, that looks pretty good, right? Like, not quite super dark, but not like... I kind of like that. It's not, like, super, super dark. 'Cause I don't know if that looks very good. I don't really like it super dark. See, that's why I said it's tricky with the screen tones. I don't know. File, save. Alright. Let me go back to the chat. That guy reminds me of Jacksepticeye. I don't know anything about Jacksepticeye other than he doesn't like being shipped with Markiplier. That's all I know. Holly was gay. I mean, yeah. Okay, let me check my phone again. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Now, don't get mad, guys, but I'm gonna leave for like 2 seconds to try something, but let me open fucking Chrome, even though I hate Chrome. But let me try something. Just give me a second. Just work with me. I'm going to try to stream with a friend, so give me a second. Give me 2 seconds, and we shall do this. My computer does not like opening Chrome as I'm doing this. Alright, let's see. Google Hangouts. Wait. Stop! Eat my ass. Quit. Google Hangouts. YouTube? Fucking Bing. Get out of here. Ew. I never use this shit. I use Firefox because I'm a disgusting pleb. Whatever, I guess I'll just use disgusting Bing. Alright. Hangouts on air. How to use this shit? Okay. Okay. Alright, we got it, we got it, we got it. Don't worry, I won't flash your stuff, Michelle. I'm just... Let me, like, learn how to do this first. Okay, let me... Okay. Let me make sure it's not showing the wrong screen. Okay, okay. Alright, let me just figure this shit out. I'm almost there. We almost there. Okay, fuck, okay. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream